Throw a pair, just take it and move on. Yo, Fluffs, what's up? It's good to see you guys. Thank you all for coming. I'm glad you could make it. Vicky, good to see you. Do you have PJ Groupshot?
Oh, good. That's still flying. Dude, still loves it.
Hey, man. Michael Con, what's up, Peter Canadian? How you guys doing? And we are live, I think. Yo, Fluffs, what's up? It's good to see you all. Tonight's going to be a very triggersome stream for some people. We've already been having some triggered numpties like Sean Hawkins coming in.
You know, Flatzoids, both you and Dave are just...
Get out of my car!
You are too much of a coward.
And Craig, if you beat the Fallacy King.
You stupid woman.
That's gonna be an interesting one tonight. Yo, Fluffs, what's up? It's good to see you guys. We have an awesome special guest tonight, Aiden Matus. Matus, or is it Matus or Matus?
It's Mattis.
You certainly matters.
What is that intro?
Don't you love
it? Jamie at sea level. Jamie at sea level. He's one of our. He's one of Flax's watchers. He'll probably be in the chat. He's got his own channel and he does. He takes little clips from some certain people that he finds funny, sticks them all together like a moving collage, I suppose. Pretty good. I like it. I think it's good.
That was
it's
a
something.
That's actually a little bit of it of that episode. There's like 22 minutes worth, isn't there? That's just only like a minute or so of it.
Yeah.
Really good.
That's good.
All right.
It's good to have you in, man. Thank you for coming. You say you can only do about 2 hours, which is perfect because that's about how long we stream. So we didn't really work out a structure. So we're just probably just going to have a debate chat like you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Discussion, debate.
Awesome.
So there's no set format then. No set format, just whatever. Right. Okay.
No, I can tell you what I kind of would like to definitely nail down is what it is that you guys actually believe, because putting together a general like what the average flat Earth person believes guideline sheet was almost impossible. So I think that's a very important starting point, I think, for any kind of discussion like this is what exactly is it? Because I'm sure you guys all know, the heliocentric model is pretty firm. It's been around a while and it's everybody knows what people who believe in that believe. Flat Earth, on the other hand, not quite as consistent over time. So if you guys could tell me what exactly it is that you believe.
It might be family indoctrinated. The goal might be family indoctrinated, but into people. But I don't think it's firm in its evidence. Definitely.
What happened?
I'll let Flats because he'll kind of umbrella it because I pretty much believe we do. Obviously, all of us have slight little differences here and there. We don't all agree on absolutely everything, but umbrella-wise, and I think Flats and everybody here is pretty much as such and such. So Flats go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you've realized we totally Hebrew cosmology. So we go through to the Hebrew cosmology as what the Bible says. Because that's what I'm saying, with your videos that I've been seeing, you've been using the Flat Earth Society bullshit nonsense. And that's controlled opposition.
So when you say it's controlled opposition, why do you say that?
Because they try to stick us in a heliocentric paradigm. They stick us in space. They say gravity has to be a thing. And they make all the things of Flat Earth a joke. They're actually there to make us look moronic. I mean, who thinks about a space floating disc? You know what I mean? That doesn't really work. So
then by, I guess, what I would like to understand then is if it's not a oblate spheroid orbiting the sun, and it's not a flat disk with an ice wall and a dome over top of it floating in space. What is it?
Okay, Aiden, here's the thing. You got to ditch the whole space deal, right? You got bamboozled by the Flat Earth Society. What I found is that, yes, the Hebrew cosmology actually agrees with what I have found. And when you start to, I used to be like you. I used to believe all of that crap, right? But then when I started dissecting it down and looking at the physical, scientific impossibilities of the heliocentric models, I will say, because you guys don't have a single model. You have a model to explain various different things. But the whole thing is this, Aiden, it's scientifically impossible from its inception. A heliocentric. You're talking about a ball of gas formed for some reason. There is no possible way that a ball of gas is going to coalesce for any reason under any condition at all. So it dies right from its inception.
Well, why do you
ignore those possibilities? Then you can go and argue about sphericity and all of these supposed movements and every other thing like that.
Yeah, but to break it down though, we are in waters, just like the Bible says. Got the waters above, we've got the waters below.
And
so we're enclosed. Yeah.
Okay. So then I guess I would have a couple of responses to that, things I want to clarify, I guess. So first of all, first clarification is that I am a Christian. I am a creationist Christian. I'm not a young earth creationist, but I am a creationist Christian. So I believe that the God of the Bible created the heavens and the earth, the universe as we know it. And because you guys did, I think, kind of misunderstand what my credentials are in the one live stream you had. I have a minor that is a 6-course program. That's 2 400 levels and then 4 anywhere between 1 and 300. I also have a medieval studies major. That is a full bachelor degree. I have minors in history, classics, and also English. Aside from that, English, I was 1 course away from a major. Scheduling conflict, things suck. The reason I didn't go for a religious studies major is that Penn State doesn't actually offer one anymore because it's just not a big enough program. So I wanted to make that just so you guys understand, because I don't want to be coming into this with you guys thinking that I'm a guy who took a class in religion and that was it. That is my background. I am educated in this stuff, and I do have a Bible podcast where every month we get up and we talk about another very specific aspect. So just wanted to clarify when it comes to credentials, that's where I'm at. Because I did want to make sure that your viewers understood. But just kind of leading back into where I wanted to go with this. When you say that it is scientifically impossible for a ball of gas to coalesce in space, I'm curious why.
Second law of thermodynamics.
Elaborate.
According to the second law of thermodynamics, if you have an open system of a vacuum closed adjacent to a high pressure system, it will spontaneously evacuate to
Sorry,
equalize.
He's yelling in the background.
No, it's fine. Beautiful dog, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, so in other words, if also compared to if you're going to claim the first law, you guys do you believe in the Big Bang? Obviously not, because you believe in.
Well, I would argue that the Big Bang is in line with what the Bible says. That we got to let there be light. That was the Big Bang.
Yeah, and that's what we're saying. We're saying it can't coalesce. So if you have, for instance, something going outwards from each other from a starting point, and it explodes outwards, what Sof's saying is, how can you expect that outward motion all of a sudden to coalesce to create spheres and gas giants and all this in space, which would violate the first and second law of thermodynamics.
Every particle of an explosion will radiate from the epicenter of that explosion. Especially as if claimed there is absolutely no resistance whatsoever, no resistance of medium to move out of the way. There's no gravity, supposedly, any of this. Okay, we're just talking about a void, right? So an explosion of any kind is going to radiate from the epicenter of that. As it radiates, as anything radiates, those pieces that radiate away from the object are going to get exponentially further and further away from one another as they expand. They're never going to coalesce. particles, and much less gases. Gases are never under any condition going to form together into a ball or a square or just a gob for any reason. They don't do that.
So but if we're dealing with a long enough time scale here, and we're dealing with enough material, then it's not just possible, but it's actually almost like guaranteed that eventually some of that matter is going to come close to
How?
itself.
It's all going away from each other.
Well, that's the thing is you're assuming that everything evenly blasted off in directions.
It's all going away from explosion.
Well, but if you say you have a large amount of material all jettisoned in the same direction, not one atom at a time going in any individual direction, but a large amount of material jettisoned in one direction. Over time, using the current physical model as it's understood.
Physical model? Which physical model?
Just the current laws of physics as we understand them.
Physics, like what? I can shoot a shotgun, right? Yep. If I shoot a shotgun, all of those pellets are coming out of the barrel in the same direction. Once they leave the barrel, they start to spread. They spread away from one another. You know what never happens? None of those pellets ever hit each other. Never.
Well, that's not necessarily true either.
No, that is necessarily true because they're all coming out of the barrel at the same velocity in the same direction away from the epicenter of explosion.
It would be derailing the conversation to go deeply into this, but a shotgun, the way it works, it's full of little pellets that do in fact hit each other as they are expelled from the barrels. Yeah, inside. Yeah, okay.
But that doesn't make
beside the point.
Yeah.
My point is that given the current laws of physics, everything that we've gained from Newton, Copernicus, Galileo, everybody since them, Einstein, all of them, the way that the current heliocentric model of the universe, the way that those laws work, if you have a large amount of material expelled from one location, then over the course of billions of years as it travels in that same direction, and again, we're talking about large amounts of material here, like we could be talking light years across. If that is expelled in one direction, over time, they will eventually coalesce because whatever the largest mass is within that mass, eventually it's going to attract the smaller masses. That's the way the current model works.
No,
that's the way the current model works.
That's not observed physics, though. That's the issue. You guys are making it physics.
It's theoretical physics. It's
theoretical physics is not physics.
Well, it is.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Go take this theoretical physics of mass attracting mass and show us mass attracting mass, please.
Have you ever gazed into a telescope looking at the sun and watched Venus traverse it? Not Venus, sorry, Mercury.
No, that's begging the question that
No, it's not. It's
gravity is not a
you can point a telescope at the sun, and you can watch the planet Mercury traverse the sun. It will not go back the other direction.
Whoa.
So how is that?
Wait, Dave. First, you're assuming Mercury is a planet. You're assuming there is gravity, and you're assuming it is a force. First of all, Einstein says gravity is not a force, so you can't have mass attracting mass.
Well, okay. So first of all, one individual scientist is never going to be the end-all, be-all of scientific knowledge. Einstein can be wrong. Copernicus was wrong. Einstein can be wrong. A lot of different people can be wrong. A lot of people can be right about some things and wrong about other things. But what I want to start with here is you just said that, you know, that you have to have gravity. But my argument there, that where I'd want to start is, what do you believe keeps things tied to the Earth?
Why do they have
nothing's tied to the Earth. You guys come from a belief that you require gravity to hold you down because the Earth is spinning around in space. You need something to be pulled down. That's why you need this. There is no spinning. There is no floating away. We are just denser than the medium around us, which can't support us. Us and the air around us can't take up the same space. So we displace the air around us. That's why we're on the floor.
Displacement of the medium.
So the way you're looking at it is that we're not held to Earth by gravity. We're held to Earth by the fact that we're denser than the air around us.
You're not held to
not held to
anything.
anything.
You
No.
are denser than the medium
Well,
than you're in. Let me
Okay,
ask
but
you
that's
something.
but you're
Wait. When
you're arguing with a point. I'm not-
Aiden, hold on. The medium, in comparison to the object, is what it's all about. Okay, if you are in a swimming pool,
Mhm.
are you drawn, pulled down to the bottom? Are you being sucked down to the bottom? No, because the medium has now changed your weight or your gravitas.
But it hasn't
Because
changed your mass.
it doesn't matter. It's the ratio. Weight is nothing more than the relative density of an object within a given medium. This is why obese people
All right,
have to
then-
do physical therapy in a pool. This is why the NASA or Deception uses a neutral buoyancy lab, which is a swimming pool.
I would argue the reason NASA uses swimming pools is because it's much easier to mimic low gravity or no gravity in a swimming pool than it is on land.
That's what I just said.
They use them to train.
Yes, that's what I just said.
Yeah,
Because
so I don't.
it changes their weight, and therefore they are more assimilated to a quote unquote weightless environment.
Well, we can if we can break it down like this. Do you know the scientific method, Aiden?
Yes. I mean, it's been a while since I couldn't rattle off all 8 points for you off the top of my head, but I generally understand the concept.
No, it's fine. You understand the independent variable and the dependent variable kind of situation. Okay. Now, if they're trying to take an experiment and they want to validate gravity, what experiment would they do? What would the independent variable be for gravity?
It would be extremely hard to test gravity. I don't even like you'd have to have a massive object in space that's measurable. Like you'd have to have a massive object in a vacuum.
Well, where is there a vacuum? It requires containment. You know that, right?
But you see, that's the issue. But you see, that's the issue I'm trying to break down. Every time you guys try and claim gravity, there is no science for gravity.
But there is science because it's not necessarily experimental science in the way you're thinking about it.
Then
But
it's not science.
well, yes, it is. There's okay. So
Science
all right,
is
let's
specifically
go
based
back.
on
Let's go
Wait,
back.
wait, wait,
Let's
wait,
go back. No, this
Science,
is important to go
I
back
should
a ways
tell you.
here because
You will.
gravity is a real thing, and we can
No,
observe
it's not.
gravity. We've observed
We
gravity.
don't.
Okay,
That's the whole point of this.
but we have
I'm trying to tell
observed
you.
planet. We
Wait,
have
wait, wait.
observed
How
other
did you
bodies
observe?
going around the sun. We have done
No,
that.
you haven't.
So I need to understand how is it that you're denying gravity when we can observe?
You haven't
gravity?
even.
The
you
experiment
haven't
would.
proven
The
gravity.
experiment would.
No,
You
no, no.
observe gravity.
You
You
can-
observe an effect.
let me-
You observe an
I know.
effect, and you claim it to be gravity. Prove that it's gravity.
That's what the experimental phase is
There
proving
you
how
go.
it
Then where's the
works.
experiment?
Where's
But
the
we
Then where's
don't
the
need-
experiment?
experiment?
Okay, you don't need to prove that how it works to prove that it's there. That's what I'm
No,
trying to
yes,
get at.
you do.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
science
Yeah,
is,
you
mate.
pretty much do.
Okay,
you
I'm gonna
pretty
place
much
it this
do.
way.
No. Let me ask the question here.
Okay.
Okay.
I say we take a telescope, we point into the sun, and we watch Mercury traverse the sun in one direction,
Okay.
and we can watch it do that over and over and over. That is repetition. That is
Actually,
a
you can't,
repeatable
but
observational experiment. So we watch it do that. So my question to you is, if Mercury is not a planet, what is it, and where is it in the cosmology?
Okay, that's just reversing the burden. The point is, you're making the big.
No, I'm not
implication that
reversing
it
the.
is-
I'm not
listen,
reversing
yeah.
the burden. I've said that's
you saying
observably
it's
Mercury,
gravity.
and it's observably traversing the sun. So if you're going to
Okay,
say
all right.
that's not
Okay,
Mercury
okay.
traversing the sun, I'm
If it-
asking you,
even
if
if
not
it is.
that, what?
Easy.
Even if it is Mercury traversing the sun, where's the proof that there is gravity that is causing this?
Well,
You said
now
you can
you're
observe.
trying
Wait a
to-
second. Hold
you're-
up. You said you can observe gravity. What you're observing is an effect, and you're ascribing it to gravity.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
All you're doing is taking an effect, an observed effect, and assuming the cause. Prove the cause.
Okay. We have large object, and we have object that is much smaller. Object that is much smaller, we have observed going across object that is much larger, over and over again in a predictable manner for
Mhm.
Great.
hundreds of years.
Okay, I've
So
got
I'm
another
saying that what we are observing there is something is causing that object to do that over and over and over again.
Okay.
What I'm
Yes, I
asking
agree.
you, I'm saying it's gravity. I'm saying that the reason it's doing that is that this, like you said, there's density involved here. This much larger, much more massive, more dense object has a smaller, not necessarily less dense, but a smaller mass going around it. So I'm asking you, what is causing it to do that, if not gravity?
Okay, I'm going to break it down for you this way. What if I had to say it's just pixie dust? Would you say that's ridiculous?
I'd ask you to define what pixie dust is.
Dust from pixies.
That's exactly what you're doing with gravity. That's exactly what you're doing with gravity. What's gravity?
No, it's not. I'm not. That's not what I'm doing. Gravity is the effect that one larger mass has upon a smaller mass in a vacuum, wherein the larger mass causes the smaller mass to be attracted.
That's my point. That's my point. In a vacuum. That's why I tried to bring up the experiment earlier. What is the independent variable when you're trying to do your experiment? They always do it in a vacuum or in water. What is the independent variable always manipulated? The medium.
Okay.
So in other words, you're just making a point that it's the density ratio between the object.
But you still haven't answered the question I'm asking,
I have.
which is if it's not gravity, then what it? But
density displacement.
What is gravity?
So what is Mercury?
Wait, Aiden. What is gravity?
Gravity is the effect wherein one larger object's mass causes a smaller object to be attracted to it. Again, I'm not a physicist.
Where is the proof of that? And where is the proof of that?
Hold on,
wait. When have you ever observed mass attracting mass?
Every time I look up at the moon.
No.
Every time I look up at the moon.
No, you're assuming that mass is attracting
but
mass.
do you understand where the frustration comes from people who do not believe the earth is flat when these conversations happen? Because you guys haven't actually answered a single question. You've just said no. You've just said no. You've said it's not that. It's not this. It's not that. I'm asking you if I can observe Mercury traverse the sun, I say it's gravity. What do you say it is?
Density displacement.
Okay.
Density displacement.
So where is Mercury?
In the waters above, like the Bible says.
So the sun is in the waters, is what you're saying.
The sun's not a gas giant as you claim in a vacuum.
Well, where's the sun? It must be
in the firmament, as the Bible says in Genesis.
It must be Genesis. First of all, the Bible says expanse. It does not say firmament. That is the Vulgate. Rakia means expanse. It means expand. No, it doesn't.
I can bring the root word up for you now.
You can bring the root word. You can bring the root of rakia up. No, it's not. No, it's not. It comes from the term raka. It is the noun form of the verb raka, and the verb raka means to expand, to stretch, or to hammer out. The reason that they have gone with a firm definition is the mistaken belief that the hammer out definition implies a firm surface. It does not. You're taking the Bible to be a fully literal book, and it isn't.
Well, then what would you say scientifically, Aiden? What would you say the reason that we are allowed to breathe? How do we even have air if there is not a solid firmament around us?
The atmosphere.
Gas doesn't have a shape, first off, unless it takes the shape of the container that it's in. How does the air on the earth not go into quote unquote space?
Gravity.
Demonstrate air having a demonstrate air having a downward acceleration due to gravity. Go ahead.
No. Gravity, there are more.
You're using your gravity.
No, you're ignoring something called confounding variables.
No, what confounding variable?
There are more variables than just gravity and the density of the air.
Go ahead.
I'm not a physicist. Like, you're asking me questions.
Hey,
neither are you.
Here's the deal, dude. I'm not a physicist either, but I obviously know.
Yeah, man, I'm a doctor, not a physicist.
You don't, because you're asking. You know what? Because you're asking questions. You are asking questions that ignore other demonstrated realities.
Okay. I'm going to bring it onto where we were. Firmament, Rakia. I'm going to click on it. Firmament.
Blue letter Bible.
87549.
Okay.
Rakia. There we go.
Okay. And
Extended surface, solid, expands, firmament, expands, flat as base support. Solid. There it says solid.
Okay.
That's what it says.
Yeah, no,
solid.
because
but.
this is not an etymological website.
Okay, bring that along website up.
Rakia does not mean the word raka.
Rakia?
What does the word raka mean?
Solid.
No.
Heat out, expand, to bash out.
Expanse. It means expanse.
So
All right, let me
does
ask you this question.
Rakia, expands,
Let me ask
solid,
you a different question. Let me ask you a different question.
Mm-hmm.
In what's a good example here? In the parable of the prodigal son.
Yeah.
When Jesus talks about the son who returned, the son who went off, and the son who stayed put. Is that a story that actually happened?
It's a parable.
So what's that mean?
It has meaning behind the storyline.
It means it's an allegory. It's not a real story. It's not a real thing that happened.
Yeah,
it's one thing that is being said to represent another thing. So we've established that in the Bible there are often points where where symbolic language is used to represent something else. So I just want to be clear on that, because you guys keep saying the Bible says this, the Bible says this.
So would you agree that it means
wait,
firmament? Would you agree that it means firmament?
Wait.
I'd agree that firmament is a English translation of firmamentum, which is a Latin translation of stereoma, which is a Greek translation of rakia.
Firm.
Yeah. Firm.
Yes.
Firm is the very root of the word firm, which means solid. Firm. Now demonstrate gas pressure without a container.
Okay, we'll get to that now. I want to ask you.
But I just need to be clear here. You are using the Latin, not the Hebrew. When you say firm, that comes from the Latin.
Okay, which we saw in that definition.
To be firm.
So there's a whole bunch. What you're ignoring is there's a whole bunch of other times in the Bible where the term rakia is used that do not talk about solid things.
Okay.
They're talking about
can I get to my point?
You have a gas without a solid container.
Okay, sorry, Dave.
You clearly can, because we have many of them.
Where?
Okay.
Because at scale, when you have gravity, you can have gas without a solid container. You guys keep just saying gravity doesn't exist, and yet you've offered no alternative. You keep saying
you don't have to have
relative density.
Yes, you do have to have an alternative. That's the way debate works. If you're going to say no, it's not that, you need to come to me and say it's this.
Relative
density, disequilibrium. Just like we said many times.
All right, so relative density and equilibrium, right? So at a certain point, the atmosphere will reach equilibrium with the vacuum outside of it. Yes, it can, and it does.
We'll get to the gas pressure now. You've made a claim now that everything in the Bible is allegorical, correct?
No. If you go back and watch the video you are presently recording, you will see that I said we have demonstrated the Bible is at many times allegorical. My point in saying that was to establish that the Bible is not always a book to be taken literally.
I 100% agree. Okay, so when it comes to Genesis, a creation narrative, what's allegorical about that?
That's a huge topic of debate amongst biblical scholars. There are a lot of different camps. Right now, there's the documentary hypothesis. There is the traditional authorship hypothesis. There is the belief that this is, in fact, not supposed to have ever been a literal description of how the earth was formed, but rather a cosmological one, saying that philosophically, metaphysically, well, no, this is a claim that has been argued by. It is a big claim.
Do you believe Moses spoke to God face to face?
Yes.
So when God told him how the cosmology was made, did God lie or did Moses lie?
God didn't lie. You're assuming that it's supposed to be taken literally.
No, that's the truth. God spoke.
Okay, so all the biblical scholars, all the people who spend their lives studying the book, they're all totally off the rocker. They have no idea. No, that's not appeal. No, appeal to authority would be me saying I have a religious studies degree, therefore what I say goes. You're not even getting your fallacies right. There are three of you and one of me, and every time I make a point, one of you tries to talk over me.
You're appealing to someone else's authority.
That's called citation.
Okay, well, it's not working here because you haven't.
It's not working because you guys aren't actually educated people. You're a bunch of
Oh,
people with a
wow.
bunch of
Adam,
opinions.
okay,
And
can I
you're
get
not
back to
scientists, you're not
you?
historians, you're
Can I
not theologians, and you're sitting here saying, oh, well, you're just wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. I know more
You
than
just
you.
go back to
Meanwhile, you
insults.
refuse to answer questions.
Okay, okay. Guys, relax. Aiden, I
I'm
asked you a very
trying to
specific
speak. You guys
question.
talk over me
Yeah.
every time I
No.
start talking.
I'm
That's
trying
the
to
problem.
ask you a very simple
You
question.
found that you were
In
the
the
one
Bible,
insulting them.
okay, PJ,
Nobody
okay.
insulted anyone. You guys
Guys,
called me retarded
guys.
on a stream the other night.
And you didn't?
Well, we had reason to.
No,
We
I
told
didn't.
you to
I
get
didn't
three
say a
streams
damn
on you.
thing like that until after that part.
Wow.
Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. We're here now. Aiden, I do like you, man. I really think we can get along at least. I know we have different views, but I'm trying to get it through to you why your fallacious reasoning. Okay. You agree God specifically face-to-face spoke with Moses. This was a literal thing. It wasn't allegorical. He God literally told Moses how the earth was created. Okay, that wasn't allegorical. So you either have to say Moses lied, or he was really idiotic, he didn't hear what God said, or God is just very illiterate or a liar. You can't have one or the other.
Or the important part of it
Mhm.
was imparting what is above what in the order of creation. What God considers to be the foundation of what. So this is not the argument that it's not meant to be taken literally is not that God lied or that Moses lied or that one of them wrote something down wrong. The argument is that God was never intending to give Moses a physical description of the function of how the earth came to be. That
And why did he give it
instead,
to him?
Okay, wait.
this is what I mean.
No.
Keep
Then why
interrupting
did he
me.
give
So
it to him? Why did he give it to him?
if it's only allegorical when he's talking about the firmament, okay, if that's all allegorical, then right, then that means that we are in an open system.
It means that we are surrounded by the
Well,
waters
is
above
Earth
and the
open
waters
or
below.
closed? Is it an open or closed system?
It's both. It's got an
It
atmosphere.
can't be both.
It
You
can
can't
be
have
both.
both. You cannot have both.
Wow.
You can
Okay.
get out of the atmosphere, therefore it's open, but there is resistance to going in and out of the atmosphere. It
Okay,
is
now-
not open or closed.
What's resistance from?
When you're on the planet, matter, material.
What,
You are
wait,
trying to
going-
you are pressing
going up,
you are
going
pressing
up?
yourself against gravity, and you are pressing yourself
Well, there's that
against
gravity
matter.
again. Aiden, there's that gravity again. You still have not established gravity.
Yes, we have. You guys just
No,
keep
you have
saying
not.
gravity doesn't
No,
exist.
you have an observed effect that you call gravity. You've not been able to demonstrate that this gravity has any effect on gas particles whatsoever. You have
Gravity
no
has effect on all particles. That's the thing.
Okay.
demonstrate
Okay.
it having an effect on gas. Show
Yeah,
me gravity stopping equalization of a pressurized gas. Show me a volume of gas without containment.
You
Go
are
ahead.
asking.
Yeah,
you are
first of all,
asking
what
for
gas-
experiments that cannot be performed due
Because
to the
it's
scale.
not possible.
No, it's due to
It's
the
an
scale.
impossibility. It's
All
a
right.
physical impossibility.
All right. Well, here.
Okay.
How about this? The actual proof of gravity and the validity of the equation above, that being F equals G m1 by m2 over r squared, came about with the Cavendish experiment in 1797 when Henry Cavendish set up two large and small lead balls and observed the gravitational pull between them with a telescope.
Okay, it doesn't help reading things of Cavendish. First of all,
Wait.
what's
So
the
hang on.
wait,
You guys
what's the
said show me a
independent
proof. I went and I got you a proof. You said
that's
show
not
me
a
a
proof.
proof. I got
That
you.
wasn't proof.
I want
That
to show
was-
you. I want to show you why it's not a proof. What's the independent variable for Cavendish, please?
Okay. You're really.
While
hung
he's
up on
doing that, can you get the
terminology here, and I
citation up I
understand
sent
why.
you?
All right, you know what?
Sol?
This is clearly not going to go anywhere. So how about we go to a point of conversation where there's an actual experiment that can be performed?
You just gave one up, Cavendish. So we try to show you how it's not.
Because here's the problem. No matter what I say about this, you guys are going to find some way of disregarding
We got
it.
citation why it doesn't do what you say you want it to do.
I am
and
sure.
but
I am
on
sure there is
screen-
I'm sure some dude who read a meme has a reason
No,
this doesn't
no,
exist.
there's
All right,
no meme.
I'm sure. But what I
From
want to
a
do is I want to take
Aiden,
this. I want to take
Aiden,
this
from
to
a
something.
university.
No. What?
It's from a university.
Okay,
From a
sure.
university.
All right, fine.
Okay. And while he's doing that, while he's getting that up quickly, you see on my screen, I just drew the Earth, for instance, okay? And it's in space. Is Earth an open or closed system?
All right, here. How about this? How about you define those terms for me?
Okay, we were talking on the line of thermodynamic systems. Do you know the difference between thermodynamic systems? Do you know the three thermodynamic systems? Let's put it that way. What are the
Not
three?
off the top of my head. I am a historian.
Okay, closed system, open system, and isolated systems. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Earth can only be one of them. Which one would you say they are?
Why can Earth only be one of them? What are they?
Closed or open?
No.
The universe is.
No,
The universe is.
What
Whoa, whoa.
are?
Okay. Open system, matter and energy can leave and go between the boundaries between the systems. Closed, no matter could leave between the boundaries, but energy can.
Okay.
And isolated, no energy and no matter can leave between the boundaries.
Then it's an open system.
Open, great, because you say we have astronauts leaving and all this nonsense.
Matter and energy both leave.
So, according to the law of the second law of thermodynamics, entropy will increase.
Also, if
and
your
all
audience,
the gas
if your audience
we
wants
breathe,
me to just really quick, because you know, if your audience wants you guys to be taken seriously, this isn't about me. If your audience wants you guys to be taken seriously, they should stop calling grown men petulant children in your comments. All right. First of all, I just need to check your fucking audience. Because
first of all, have you seen your comment section? I'm just not worrying about it because I'm actually a grown ass man.
I am actually a grown ass man, and I'm more successful than any of the three of you.
Woo,
so let's if you want to sit here and you want to throw insults,
you don't know anything about. You're the one insulting. You don't even know.
You want to throw things back and forth? No. Because here's the thing. I very rarely allow myself to get to this point where I'm just gonna talk shit to people. But since you guys called me retarded on one stream, and now you refuse, I did not call you retarded.
Oh, really?
I didn't.
Can I bring a timestamp showing you lying?
All right. Was it before or after you called me that? Go ahead, take a look.
After 3 streams, we called you retarded because we had a reason to call you retarded.
No, it was the very first one.
You started your stream off ad homing us.
Yes, because I watched the parts of yours where you ad hominem to me. Dude, you're not going to win here, all right? You're not going to win that part. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to drive us to a topic where an actual conversation can be had, because you guys keep insisting on denying the existence of gravity, which again is an observable reality. So if you're not going to tell me where the sun is, and you're not going to tell me what Mercury is, and you're not going to tell me how it is that we see phases of the moon, which I didn't even get a chance to ask. But if you're not going to tell me any of that, at least tell me why it is that every single time you stick a telescope or a camera out to sea or across a flat surface, level surface, I should say, you are going to see exactly what you should see.
Okay, I'll answer all that now. Can you just quickly show him there where it says Cavendish is not used for gravity as a mass subtracting mass, please? You had it there. There we go. Cavendish did not determine the mean density of Earth. Cavendish did not determine the gravitational constant. Cavendish did not calculate the mass of the Earth.
All right.
Do you know what those 3 implications mean for Cavendish and gravity?
I'm not sure that they're even relevant given the nature of the experiment.
This is about the Cavendish experiment.
Right, what's this from? What's this from?
Can you send him the link? Dave, you're muted, by the way. You're muted, man. I can't hear you.
Yeah, Dave muted.
Said I just put it
There we
right
go.
there.
Okay, anyway. But back to what you were saying. You want us to explain to you things that you find it necessary for us to replace your globe model, which falls flat. That's the problem. We don't need to replace things that weren't proven in the first instance. We stand here, we don't observe movement of the Earth. We don't observe gravity. We don't observe space-time, yet you want to claim those things. And if we say we don't observe it, you want to tell us.
Well, no, because you just said you don't observe. You just said you don't observe the movement of the Earth, but you do every single day when you look up at the sky and it changes positions.
No, we see the sun move.
No.
We see the stars move.
No.
We see the moon move, but we never see the Earth. Show me where the Earth is moving, please.
What do you mean show you where the Earth is moving?
You say we observe Earth moving every day. Show me where Earth is moving. Where have we observed
when
Earth
you
moving?
look up at the sky and the stars are in different places, that's the Earth
stars
moving.
Move.
Holy crap.
The stars and the Earth are both moving.
I just saw a car go by. My house is moving.
No.
Okay. Have you ever sat on a train? Have any of you ever sat on a train?
A moving train, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And when you're on the train, are you moving?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you moving independently of the train's movement?
We're moving
are.
with the train, but we're able
yes.
to observe.
But you can get up,
You're
you
able
can
to
stand up,
observe things.
you can stand
We're
up
able
and
to
you can
observe
walk.
things stationary. No,
Still know you're moving.
We're able
So you're-
to observe things stationary.
Okay, first of all, let me finish the analogy. Jesus Christ.
We know it's.
Dude, we
No,
heard
you
this
don't know the analogy
a
because if you
million
did know the
You're pushing
analogy.
the equivalence
I
principle.
thought
We know
you were a
everything.
Christian. I thought you were a Christian.
so-
You said
so
you're
now-
a blasphemer.
for you. I've heard it
All
so
right,
many
enough
fucking
of
times.
that. Enough of that.
Okay, stop, guys.
Just
And
with
they're
the
saying,
irony
can
that the
break
no
this down
true
quickly.
Scotsman fallacy is coming
taking
from
the
a
Lord's
Scotsman.
name in vain. You said you were a Christian. You're taking the Lord's name
I
in vain.
am a Christian. I'm the one wearing the cross
When you're
right
sitting
now,
there
aren't I? I'm
going,
the one with 6
"Jesus
different
Christ."
Bibles on my shelf. I'm the
Wow.
one, like, what
But
does
you
that
said-
even mean?
but you said
Don't
there
question
take
my
the Lord's
faith.
name in
Don't
vain.
question
The
my
Lord's
faith.
name in vain.
Do not
Okay.
question my faith.
I just
Okay.
did.
Do
I
not
just did.
question my
Take the
faith.
Lord's
Okay,
name in
guys.
vain.
Do not.
Okay,
Take the Lord's name in
relax,
vain.
relax,
Take the
guys,
Lord's name
relax.
in
You're
vain.
you're on a train. You're on a train. If you sit still, you are moving with the train. If you stand up and walk to the bathroom, you can move on the train. That
Yes,
is what
we
you're
understand this.
that is the same exact thing that's going on with the Earth's movement.
You know you're
Prove
moving,
it.
though.
Wait,
you ever
wait,
heard of
wait.
motion
Yes,
no,
because
no.
of scale. Because of
Wait,
scale.
wait, wait. This is your chance to prove your claim that we are moving with the Earth. Go ahead.
Because we have observed that the Earth moves.
Where?
We're on it. Oh my God.
You observed the sky moving, you just said. You
Mhm.
didn't say you observed the earth moving. When we
This
said,
is the
"Well,
problem.
how?"
This is
You said,
I
saw
knew
the sky
exactly what you were going to do, and I let myself fall into the trap.
No, no,
We
no.
need to
What
start
did
with the
Einstein
shape of the
say?
Earth. We need to start
did
with
I-
the shape of the Earth. We need to start with the shape of the Earth, okay?
Okay.
That's why I'm trying to drive this conversation in a remotely productive direction by saying, let's talk about how you can prove that the Earth has curvature to it.
Okay,
Easy.
go ahead.
Okay, you want to
Okay.
do curvature? Perfect.
Yes, I would love
Show
to do
us how
curvature.
Show us how the Earth does curvature, please. Show us where's
What do you mean
curvature.
show us?
You say the Earth has curvature, so
Yes, the
it's
Earth
on
has
you to show
curvature,
us the Earth has
approximately
curvature.
1
Where
degree
is
every
it?
69.4 miles.
By the way, Gemini, I don't drink. I'm not a drunk Scot. I
Yeah.
haven't drunk for years. Thank you very much. Bye.
All right.
Okay, cool.
So-
So the curvature. Where's the curvature?
Okay, let's use the example of let's say you know what? Let's use an example that flat earthers have used. If you go to La Spezia, Italy, you set up a
Mhm.
camera,
Mhm.
you can take pictures of islands that are 90 to 100 miles away from you
Mhm.
at the correct elevation. When you take those pictures, the bottom several hundred to several thousand feet of those islands will be obscured behind the horizon, but you will be able to see the tops. That
Yeah.
only works if the Earth is curved. And the thing
Why?
is, if you look at the actual
Why?
curvature model, 1 degree per 69.4 miles, if you use the mathematics, you will find that every single time you take those pictures, they will match the expected value.
No, they won't.
Okay, great.
Yes,
great,
they
great.
will.
No,
They
they
will.
won't.
No,
It'll be
no,
different every
we have-
time.
Whoa,
We have
whoa, whoa.
tons of examples of this.
Okay,
And
great.
in fact, go to
So have-
Eric Dubé's 200 proofs that the Earth is
Oh,
not a
please
spinning
don't.
ball.
That
Go to
guy.
that.
Please don't. You can stop and you know it. One thing I agree with you on Eric Dubé. Please don't push him on us. We speak out about him too. I don't agree with Eric Dubé.
Okay. Well, good on
But
you
when
for
it
doing
comes-
that.
When it comes out with what you just said, have you ever heard of the word refraction before?
Also, Old World Vegas, I see you in chat. Mind Unveiled wasn't through with me. Mind Unveiled cut out about 90% of my video and then portrayed things I said as jokes as serious and even went to the lengths of taking out the audio and showing only the text of what I said. So calm down there. Anyway, continue.
Okay. So, have you heard of the word refraction before?
Yes.
Great. And do we always have refraction?
It depends on the amount of. It depends on the atmosphere.
So there's
mean, if
always
there's-
refraction. There's not a day
There's
where
always
no...
there's always a degree of refraction. And I
Right.
don't mean
So
one
you would
degree. I
agree-
mean there's an amount of refraction.
Yes. So you would agree. Every day we look through far distances, there's always some apparent.
There's always
refraction.
some degree of refraction. Yes.
Cool. So it's optical then, not physical.
Not to
You've
the
never
extent
seen
you guys.
physical curve.
No. We're talking about thousands of feet. We're not talking
yeah.
about. You can't explain these things with refraction.
Oh yes, we can.
No, you
It's called
can't.
field of view. He's got it on screen for you right there. There we go.
Mhm.
You understand how a field of view works and how
I do.
perspective works? Okay.
Mhm.
So what happens up to the horizon, your field of view, you have a full field of view to the horizon. Once the horizon, which stays relative to eye level at the same proportion relative to eye level, regardless of altitude, at the horizon line, your field of view is now cut in half. Because anything that's beyond that horizon is going to appear to get smaller from the bottom up.
Why?
Because your field of view is compromised by the horizon. Now, hold on, wait, because it is how your perspective view works. Now,
no, that's not perspective. If it were perspective,
let me finish.
Okay, sure.
You watch an object and it starts appearing to disappear from the bottom up. But if I increase my elevation, which will increase my field of view, the horizon will also appear to rise relative to my eye level, and I will see the distant object fully in view. And if I go up high enough, I'll see more horizon beyond that. It's only because your horizon is compromising your field of view, which is illustrated in this graphic that I have here. This is right from an optical website talking about field of view and how your recognition of various objects go. Okay, so you got about 50 degrees when you're looking straight on. Okay, about 50 degrees upward, and the horizon is going to be just slightly below your eye level. And then what is that? 70 degrees in a downward view. Now, once you get to this level right here, on this zero right here, all of this is gone. You only have that up to the horizon because the horizon is going to appear to rise up to that level. Then what happens is everything that goes beyond that is going to meld into the horizon from the bottom up because your field of view is compromised.
No, that's the problem. Is with perspective, everything would get infinitely smaller. It would never go below the horizon. That's how perspective works.
We have demonstrations that show this on flat surfaces.
You also have demonstrations done by flat earthers that show that if you set up a light or a laser and put it directly level across a plane, what you're going to find is that it does not hit something at the exact same elevation on the other side. Globebusters did it. They got it wrong. It was super embarrassing, and it's on Netflix.
Wait. Are you talking about the Jaren thing with the cardboard?
I'm talking about the one with the gyro, but then the follow-up they did where they just took a couple of boards, cut holes in them, placed them at the same elevation, and then shined something through, and they didn't get the light.
Can I tell you first the issues with that? Even Jaren said they misrepresented him because when they did it again, it did work.
Okay, but it was live on camera?
Wait. The mockumentary went and showed specifically while they were trying to set it up. Secondly, you can agree that he cut those holes like the dog's breakfast, first of all. Second of all, that if you didn't use a laser light, he used a torch, and the torch light diverges. It's not concentrated light.
Okay,
third of all,
with
distance, it's more difficult to get pinpoint accuracy. Have you ever tried far distance to take, for instance, let's take a laser and shine it on a small target far away or something? Have you ever tried that?
Yeah.
Is it easy or is it hard than, let's say, something close by?
Well, it's a little harder to aim, but once you've aimed it, it's pretty steady.
Great. No, now let's say he's got this. If
laser light using a tripod, it's going to be pretty steady.
Great. Now another issue the guy had. He held a torch in his hand, correct? So he wasn't holding it perfectly level. And what happens when you're not holding something perfectly level and it hits a part here in this board, and there's another board behind it, and hits another part? It's going to obscure it, correct?
Except if it doesn't hit the board because you've aimed it right, it won't do that.
The board's right in front of him. A lot of boards a long distance. In other words, it was a dog's breakfast experiment. Okay.
Well, hang on. So I gotta ask the question. You're saying that because the light was obstructed by two boards at the same elevation with a hole cut through them at the same elevation, that proves the Earth is flat.
It shows that the guy didn't do a proper experiment, and when he did do it again, they didn't show it on the mockumentary. They literally misrepresented. Even Roger himself
I'm sure.
even says it. Okay, but anyway, the point is we can demonstrate bottom-up obstruction on flat surfaces. I've done it many times, even on my channel. Many people
All
have
right,
done it before.
So
It's all optical.
on our channel, in the video you guys don't appear to have decided to react to, probably because it's full of math. On that, in that,
You know what?
Oh, no,
I'm
it's
about.
interesting to
Hold
me
on,
that you guys
Aiden,
only went-
I'm about sick of your little talking down shit, buddy.
I'm sick of
gonna
it. You
tell
guys been
you what.
talking down at me
I
for
can,
an hour.
no. Right now, you said you
not
could
at all.
take us on.
Not at all, man.
Yeah, I am.
Big
I'm
mouth,
currently taking you
and
guys
you're
on.
up here,
I'm
and
doing a
you
very
haven't
good
put
job
out
of
a
it.
single- You
Okay.
haven't put
You
out a
guys have
single
yet to provide a
fucking point.
single
I was here to
actual piece of
moderate.
evidence for
I was
your
here to
claim.
moderate,
I
not
keep
take you on.
trying. I keep asking.
Aiden, okay. Aiden, first of all, everything you've presented tonight, my bumhole knows better than what you know, okay?
Okay,
When it
that's
comes
not
to
an
flat
argument.
Earth, I'm sorry, when it
What's
comes to flat Earth,
Mercury?
when it comes
You've
to
had
flat
an
Earth,
hour. You've had an hour to
When
come
it
up with an
comes-
answer to that question.
when it comes
What
to
is
flat Earth,
Mercury?
when it comes to flat Earth, you know absolutely sweet bugger all. I'm trying.
No.
we're trying to
I
explain
know
to you.
plenty about the flat Earth because I went and I researched it. You guys know
You
your
researched.
little,
You went to
Where
Flat
did
Earth
you-
little
Society,
tiny
you
microcosm. You know
You
your
went
little
to
tiny
Flat Earth
microcosm.
Society.
Okay, guys,
You
guys,
went to
just
I
Flat
relax.
looked at
Earth
the Flat Earth
Society, you
Society. I looked at Eric
retard.
Dubé. I looked at Mark Sargent. I looked at David Weiss. I looked at
David
Globebusters.
Weiss.
I looked at a whole bunch
You
of
might
different
make
ones,
one.
and you're doing precisely what I said you would do. I said no matter who I chose, you would sit there and go, "Oh, well, that guy's an idiot. You need to be looking at this guy." You're doing
Excuse
precisely
me,
what I said
excuse
you
me,
would do.
Aiden. The one who's calling people idiots here are you.
You called me a
specific-
retard before I called you an idiot.
Not on the stream.
Not
Okay.
on this stream, but so now we're just going with this little stream, right? We're not supposed to take into
I'm
account anything
trying
else
to
I've
be
said.
very
Which-
cordial
look,
to you. but
flat
you-
earthers not wanting to take into account the other
You've got
things.
to have a
that
little
they-
bit of a thicker skin.
Okay.
Most of that is just
Okay.
messing
I have
about.
plenty of thick
Everybody
skin.
calls
Hey,
everybody a
Oh,
retard.
okay, shut up. Your
Guys.
country jails people for hate speech. Shut up.
Okay, guys,
My
can I
country.
talk?
In my ass.
My
I'm gonna
country,
take-
Scotland.
I'm gonna
In my
Scotland.
ass.
Guys, I'm
Scotland.
gonna take
Count Dankula, look him
Scotland
up.
jails people for hate
Hey, I'll
speech.
let
Count
Flatzoid
Dankula, look
talk.
him up.
PJ.
You're
He's doing this on
Flatzoid.
purpose. PJ is doing this on purpose. He's trying to derail.
I'm not
the
doing this on
argument.
purpose. PJ's been
You
egging
are.
me on the
You
entire
attacking-
stream.
You attacking because he's
Well,
a
oh my
Scottishman.
goodness, I'm sat here quiet.
Shit, you
Mhm.
pussy little bitch. You call everyone names and then you sit.
Oh, should I go get my girlfriend and have her lob insults from across the room too?
Okay.
Yeah, why
Okay,
not?
guys.
I sat here
You're
quiet.
going at my partner too
You
fucking
sat here
right.
quiet
I
for a
will-
while, but at the beginning of the stream, you were complaining constantly.
Just
You guys
relax,
made fun.
guys.
I
You guys
was here
made
to
fun of me in
moderate.
one of your other streams and
Aiden,
talked down to me
I
when
was
I
here
wasn't
to
even
moderate.
there.
I was
I
here.
wasn't even
I was
there.
here to moderate.
And you talked down.
I was here to
So
moderate.
how about this?
I sat
How
here
about we
quite
start to be
close to
adults
that.
for a second? We be adults for a second, and we talk about the actual thing at hand instead of constantly
fine.
trying to throw insults
agree.
at me and then
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
mad when I respond.
doing.
Yeah, like you probably wouldn't watch
I
that
agree.
because you're a flurf and it has math. Yeah, like shit like that, you
Yeah.
asshole.
Oh wait.
Knock
Oh
it
yeah.
off.
Because I finally
Knock
launched
it
something
off.
at you guys,
Okay.
and now you're
Finally.
bitching.
Knock
Okay,
it
Aiden,
off, you
Aiden,
prick.
if you
Why
want to
all
go
night?
to math, fine.
I was here to
Show me
moderate.
show me F equals ma in gravity, please.
No, I said curvature. I said we need to talk about curvature because
You want
approved
math.
the curvature.
You want
I
math.
want to
Show
talk
me-
about the
okay.
observable reality
Great.
of
Great,
curvature.
curvature.
That's what I want to talk
You know-
about.
Curvature. You
Yes.
made a claim on your one video that you should see forever on a flat Earth, correct?
No, don't believe I made any claim that you should see forever on a flat Earth.
Didn't you say you should always see the sun above the horizon? Or what did you claim? You said
What are
you
you
should
talking
always
about?
see something above.
Are you
in a
talking about
flat
when I
Earth-
said that from the southern hemisphere the sun should appear on the right if
there
you're
we
heading
go.
west?
Yeah.
While in the northern hemisphere the sun should appear to the left if you're heading
You
west?
said, why don't I see Polaris? I think at a stage as well.
Yeah, why don't you see Polaris from Australia?
Perspective.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh my God!
Can I explain
no,
how?
there's
Can I
just.
explain how?
Do you have
Wait,
any
wait, wait.
do you have any idea how far away Polaris is?
Can I explain it to you? Why? First of all, you taking trigonometry, orthographic view for this.
Yeah.
You said you worked out orthographic
Yes, I used a
triangulation.
very simple scale model to figure out the
Great.
number of degrees. of
Show me
curvature.
in orthographic view, because it's not perspective based, where convergence is, please.
What?
Show me in orthographic view where convergence is, because you claiming orthographic view
Convergence
is
of what?
perspective based. Convergence.
Of what?
Do you know what convergence?
Yes, it's when two things
perspective
converge.
Perspective
so
has
we're-
convergence.
Okay, cool.
You claiming orthographic view is perspective. So show in orthographic view where convergence is.
How
Go
far
ahead.
away is Polaris?
Very far from me.
How far? Because you can do the math to figure out if Polaris on your Earth model, if Polaris should be visible or not. You can do the math.
I showed you a model that says why it shouldn't be visible.
No,
and you said, oh,
no,
it's just a
you showed him. No, you showed a model with a.
Aiden, do you know where the latitudes came from?
Don't even get there. He's not going to know that.
Where are you going with this? I'm curious.
I'm going with this to answer your fucking question as to why Flatzoid doesn't see Polaris. Do you understand where the latitudes come from?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, what I don't understand.
Okay, where do they come from?
It's the distance from the equator. They're based on the equator. What?
Where did those lines come from? Where did they get those lines?
I don't know. I haven't looked up exactly where they got latitude.
I got on screen for you, Aiden. I got on screen for you.
They came to it by their angle of view of Polaris.
Okay.
Why would there be an angle of view to Polaris? Probably because
Polaris is relatively north.
All right. Okay. So if you move south, what happens? Your degree that you're seeing it at gets lower, doesn't it? The degree increases. And so when we get to the equator, what happens there? What happens at the equator there? We don't see Polaris past that point anymore, do we? Why?
Because that's where the Earth starts to curve.
Okay.
No,
it's
because it's not that high.
You like math so much, I'm going to show you why.
I hate math. I can't stand math.
Well, then why
don't worry. This is very simple.
Because it's very simple math that proves you wrong.
No, really. This is very simple math that shows you wrong. Okay. You see this 90 degrees, that would be Polaris. We'll say that's you, Aiden, standing directly under Polaris, okay?
Sure.
You walk 600 nautical miles away.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they get 600 nautical miles away? Because 90 degrees minus the observed angular measurement of the star or Polaris is now set at 80 degrees from you. That would be your latitude. Okay? So that means you have 10 because you minus it.
Wait, does your audience think I'm a progressive?
I have no idea.
Anyway, who cares? Who cares?
I just think that's funny.
What's
Why do
happening?
Flat Earthers always assume everybody who disagrees with them is a
Why don't you instead of reading the chat? Hold on, instead of reading the chat, why don't you go ahead and pay attention to what's
I am paying attention. I'm multitasking. I can pay attention to two things at once.
Okay. So on screen now you see if I'm standing at the equator,
all right,
Polaris will be 0 on the ground, 0 degrees. I wouldn't be able to see it because it'll literally be on the ground. If I move closer, 10 degrees latitude, I will see it at 10 degrees and so forth. So every latitude you sit is the degree measurement you see Polaris, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree with that?
Sure.
Do you think it's physically dropping, or is it only doing this because of your field of vision?
I think it's probably doing that because of your field of vision.
Yeah, exactly. You see how it's moving with your field of vision as you move further away, and that's why it drops. So that's how you get the latitudes, and that's why you don't see Polaris from South Africa.
That's why you think you don't see Polaris.
No, that's how vision works.
Okay, all right, sure.
Aiden, have you ever looked down? Hold on, let me ask you something. Have you ever looked down a straight street?
Yep.
Pull up that graphic I got on there, Flatzoid. Okay, now do you think those telephone poles right there along those railroad tracks, do you think they're actually physically getting lower to the ground, or is it due to perspective?
It's due to perspective.
It's due to perspective. Now, is that perspective due to some kind of curvature, or is it because the angular resolution of the object?
It's the angular resolution of the object. How far away?
There you go. So point? Not curvature.
How far away is the vanishing point?
Well, probably if by your own mile, about 2 3/4 to 3 miles away.
So you shouldn't see curvature.
0.22.
You don't. There's none anyhow because
but you shouldn't see it. But what I will tell you is that at least as far back as I found a book from 1854, railway engineers have been accounting for curvature. It was John Hanks. John Hanks. Then let me ask the question: why is it that railway engineers had accounting for curvature? Yes, they did. It's a John Hanks field book for railroad engineers, published in the year 1854. Right there on page 84, how to account for the Earth's curvature.
Michael Kahn. Michael Kahn, who's usually my panel, he's not here tonight. He worked for the railway for over 20 years, mate.
Cool.
No
So
curvature taken into account.
what did
I
you
also-
know?
also,
What did you
I
do
have
for the
to-
railway? What did you
Wait,
do?
do you know the
Aiden.
railway?
What did you
You
do
know
for
the
the
railway
railway?
would not work if they had more than a 2-degree slope or incline.
Again, curvature, incline, not the same thing. Elevation and curve aren't the same.
There is no curve.
There
Aiden,
is
I
curve,
have
which
to-
is why it's in railway books from
No,
the
it's not.
1800s.
Aiden,
No.
when these
It is.
rails,
I just gave you the name of the book.
Aiden, when these rails are produced, okay, to be laid,
Mhm.
they are held within a very tight degree of tolerance of
Which is?
straightness.
Which is?
Okay, so how many straight lines connected together does it take to equal 8 miles per or
They're
8
not-
inches per mile squared?
They're not perfectly flat.
They're not
Nothing is
8
perfectly
inches per mile squared curved.
Yes, they are.
No, they are
No.
not. No, I will tell you something, my man. I worked in.
Do you know?
in-
Do you
in-
know
no,
what?
I worked. Listen,
Okay.
I worked with steel. I worked with machining. I worked for a company that made the extrusion rollers that create those rails. Okay, I know what's involved with it.
Where's the chat thing? I just sent you the book.
Okay, cool. I'll read through it. But anyway,
Google.
can you see what's
No,
on
pull it
screen,
up.
Aiden?
Pull it
Can you
up.
see what's on? We'll get now. Do you see what's on screen, Aiden?
Yes.
Okay, this is a floor. These are buttons. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now look what's going to happen when they introduce some cold air into the mixture. This is what you guys claim is taking Earth curve away. In the meantime, refraction causes Earth curvature, not takes it away.
There at this distance, there's okay, no. First of all,
No,
you can account for refraction by getting to a higher elevation. So that's first of all, that needs to be involved here. That's the problem Rowbottom had. He never once accounted for refraction in any.
You didn't
of
know
his
about
experiments.
refraction.
No, he didn't. He didn't account for it, and that's why all of his experiments seem to show that the Earth is flat.
I
Even though
love when
Alfred
you-
Russel Wallace went ahead and did the exact same experiment, almost, in 1870, and found that the Earth is in fact curved across the same 6-mile stretch. But in any case, I need to really hammer this down here that I'm looking at page 84 of the
Page
1854 publication, Field Book for Railroad Engineers by John Hank,
Okay.
in which Article
What are
2
you
is
reading?
entitled Correction for the Earth's Curvature and for Refraction.
Refraction on a railway road.
Mm-hmm.
How do you account for refraction
Just
on
go
a
to page
railway?
84. Just go to page 84.
How do you account for refraction on a railway,
Just
mate?
type in Earth's curvature in the search in this book. It'll take you right to it. In the search in this book. Search in this book. Search about left side of the screen. Left side of nope, not up there.
Oh, there we go.
Nope, wrong. There you go. Left side of
Where?
the screen.
Oh,
Down.
there we go.
There you go.
Do you know what refraction even is?
That's not even remotely relevant to the conversation.
Yes,
right
it
now.
is. You just say they take refraction into account with railways.
Yep.
How?
I
Do you know
no,
what
I
refraction is?
didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Well-
Railway engineer John Hank said that.
So then he might be talking bullshit then.
Oh, wait.
because
So
refraction
the
is-
actual railway engineer is talking bullshit. Right?
You know why I'm saying that? You know why I'm saying that? Refraction is optical. A railway is physical. It has nothing to do with each other when you're laying out railway
Did you
tracks.
consider that reading the book might be an option?
Consider we're still talking here. But I'm telling you straight, refraction is not physical.
Just
where do you
you're
want
not
it to
even, like, just go.
Run the curve. Set in the instrument D, run the curve to the reversing point C, to line from D to B. The measure D and C and C and B, and then similar triangles. Oh, wait, is he doing surveying?
You're not on the right part of the book.
Okay, when
Go
was
to
it?
80. He
84.
said page 84, I think he said too.
Okay, I'm just going to
Yep.
go
Isn't
down.
that what you
84.
said,
It's
Aiden?
gonna be much better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Page 84.
Well, too far. 100.
No, 96,
He's going back up now.
91, 89, 87. Leveling. Ooh, I love leveling. So he's using a. They're doing
there it is.
surveying then.
Leveling.
So they're doing surveying.
Correction for the Earth's curvature and for refraction.
You know how leveling works in surveying? It's optical. Oh my bloody word! It's
yes,
optical.
What do you mean it's optical? They're observing
There
elevation.
are no curves measured in surveying.
God.
They only measure slope and incline angles.
On the page in front of you, a railway engineer is saying the exact opposite.
No. What he's saying is they are accounting for curve when doing surveying, but in fact it is slope and incline angles.
Except
there is no curvature in surveying. Literally,
okay, you're just wrong.
none.
You're just wrong.
Just
it's right
wrong.
there on the page in front of you.
Okay, let's read it. The embarkment. What was before a fall to be becomes now a rise. Do you know what rise and run? Rise over run is?
You're not even on the right part of the page.
84. Rise over
Article
run.
2, where it says
Rise
correction
and what
for the
was
Earth's, where it says correction for the Earth's curvature and refraction, not the part you're on, which is height and slope states.
Because that's what it's about.
No.
You idiot.
Okay, see, there it is. All right, dumbass. If you scroll up a couple of pages, you'll see that the chapter you're reading is heights and slope stakes, and that the part about curving, and that the part about the Earth's curvature starts on page 84 under Article 2. How is this so hard for you?
Rise over run. It is slope and incline angles.
Wrong fucking chapter. Wrong chapter.
You just said it.
No, oh my God.
You just said it.
Shut up for 3 seconds. For 3 seconds. I told you to look at Article 2 on page 84, correction for the Earth's curvature and refraction.
I'm here.
What you did was read what's at the shut up. What you did was read what's at I can leave.
Okay. Look.
I can't leave. At this point,
Aiden,
I've made my point.
Aiden, look here.
No, not look here. Not look here. I've been looking here.
The effect of refraction, their effect of refraction, therefore, is to make an object appear higher than its true position.
Mm-hmm.
Then, since the correction for Earth's curvature and the correction for refraction, D&D, are the opposite directions, the correction for both will BC equals DC equal DB. Rise over run. In other words, incline and slope angles.
No, that's not rise over run.
That
is not rise over run. Rise over run is not subtraction.
I literally debate surveyors on the subject.
Wait. So you debate surveyors
no idea.
who tell you they account for the Earth's curvature, and you sit there saying, no, you don't.
No one accounts for Earth's. Do you know the difference between planar surveying and geodetic surveying? Do you know the difference? Do you know the difference between planar surveying and geodetic surveying?
Do you know the difference between chapters in a book?
I asked you a question. Do you if you don't know, just say you don't know.
It's no. I want to make sure we're at something really quick, because I had to take 5 minutes of this to get you to read the right fucking part of the page.
I was explaining to you.
Don't call me an idiot while you can't read what's
I
in front
will,
of you.
because you don't even know what you're reading. You think you know what you're reading. You don't. Do you know?
You keep saying it's about surveying for slope, and it's not.
That we literally read rise over run.
Okay, wait. Rise over run. What is the rise over run equation?
It's not an equation.
Okay, all right. Yes, it is. What is the function for
rise over run? Is not an equation. It's correction based on slope and incline angles.
Wait. So rise over run is not a mathematical function, is what you're saying.
Okay, you can take the rise, you put that as your numerator, your denominator is going to be your run. You work that out as a divisionary equation, and
so it's not an equation then.
Your degree.
And look at the page. Look at the page.
Okay. Anyway,
do you see a division sign?
I asked you a very simple question, Aiden.
Do you see a division sign?
Okay, Aiden.
You see a division sign.
Do you know the difference between planar surveying and geodetic
No.
surveying?
We're still on this. Do you see a division sign?
Rise
you don't know. You don't. It's not rise over run. It's a subtraction.
It's rise over run. It's correction based. Because they claim refraction makes things appear higher than it actually is. Do you know what that means?
Do
that
you
means
know the difference between
optical.
Subtraction and division?
Yes, I do, but we are.
Then why do you keep saying this is rise over run when it's a subtraction function?
Rise over run.
It's not.
Listen, you're subtracting. You're subtracting the result of the rise over run in order to make the correction.
Where are you getting that?
Surveying. Anyway,
That's
again,
not what the book says.
Do you know the difference between planar surveying and geodetic surveying? Just say yes or no so we can move on. Okay, which is the difference? What's the difference?
Geodetic is taking into account the curve of the Earth. It's measuring the curve of the Earth.
So did they do geodetics there or planar surveying?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
And I
probably geodetic, considering
the
article is entitled "Correction for the Earth's Curvature."
So it was geodetic.
No. We're now at the point where you are denying reality as it sits in front of your face.
And I want to add something, Aiden. I want to add something. In geodetic, they're not measuring an Earth's curvature. They're calculating an Earth curvature.
That's the
point.
They
take sections of planar surveying, which uses no curvature. They stitch them together. Then they add curvature. The curvature is not measured. It is calculated.
But you can observe the curvature
as
we previously explained to you. You can observe the curvature. Let me guess. Any picture that shows curvature is just CGI,
120,000 feet. 120,000 feet, Aiden. Where's the curvature? Where's the curve?
120,000 feet.
I'm right here. I'm look at my background.
No, you're saying you're at 120,000 feet. Also,
this is a photograph from 120,000 feet.
How many miles are within that photograph?
Oh my God, it's probably 1,000.
Probably.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Depends on the day.
Curvature. If you said you can see it on the fucking ground, certainly I can see it at 120,000 feet.
You need to be able to see a certain distance in order for the curvature to be visible. You can't see it. That tiny little sliver of that frame could only be 150 miles, in which case you'd only have 2 total degrees of curvature across the entire line.
Do you want to see the field of view again and work out the fucking calculations?
You're not understanding what I'm saying.
It's got the side to side too. You want to see it?
I want to know how much. I want to know how much of the actual Earth is visible at the background of your photo.
If we had references, you could see better.
Yeah, I have references. I did it in my second video.
You're talking about the one he's background now.
I'm talking
how far it is.
Yeah, I'm asking him his specifically, but I'm telling you, I've done the math.
Oh, really? You specifically said that this background right here, a flat earther can create a graphic that actually shows curvature.
And then I put a line on it.
Go ahead and show him that, Flatzoid.
And then I put a line. He already saw it. Anyway, Aiden, will you want to present that to us so we can go through it together?
What, the scale model?
Yeah, what you said is proof for curve.
Sure.
Cool.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, look how much different the sun's the angular size.
I thought tonight we're going to be talking about God created the earth, and here the moon and the sun are in the 4th day.
Well, that's because you're using an incorrect interpretation.
No, I'm not.
You are.
God spoke to Moses.
I understand that you can read words. I understand you can read words.
You saying it's not how it's created is you going against the Bible. Not.
How about you go look at what Mike Heiser has to say, because he knows more than I do.
Mike Heiser is actually one of the people I bring up that shows the Hebrew cosmology perfect as we bring it up.
Mike Heiser says that you have the Hebrew cosmology correct, not that you're actually correct about it.
Oh, right, wrong person.
Yep. We go. I hit screen share. All right, here we go. See, this is so. What do you understand what this is on your screen right now? I made a 1 pixel to 1 mile scale. 1 pixel to 1 mile scale.
Great.
So if you can see this much of the horizon, now I don't have the exact math up in front of me. There is a line on here, a 50-mile wide line. Can you see it?
Zoom in, then you see it exactly. So scale. That's what you're saying.
You have to zoom in all the way to here to even remotely see it. There is not a single degree of curvature between here and the midpoint. Not one.
So this is our point. So boats go over curvature at 3 miles, correct?
If you're only at 6 feet, they start to.
But now you can't see it at moving away how much?
So this is a scale model, 1 mile to 1 pixel. There's a lot more than 3 miles visible here.
Damn,
This is
so
the
how
Earth.
does that work
This
in
is the
reality?
Earth from miles and miles and miles away in space. If we
Okay,
go
can I
down
ask you
here,
another question?
this is
Can I ask you another
if we go to
question?
a 1 mile to 1 pixel scale. Give me a second. So 1 mile to 1 pixel scale. Where's the line?
Is that
Where's this in
Canva you're
reality?
using? Just out of
Wait.
interest.
Where's this in reality?
This is just a scale model of the Earth.
Yeah,
in
but we
2D.
want reality, not your belief in a
This is-
drawing
what do
on
you
Canva.
Is it in Canva? Is it Canva?
Yeah.
This is
Isn't it?
Canva. Yeah,
Just out of interest, that's all.
it's a
'Cause I use it.
model.
I know.
It's
I
a
use
model.
It.
It's
Use
using
it.
absolute values. It's not about giving
Right.
you a specific.
Well,
Right,
wait,
my point is-
the
all right,
models,
let's go here.
sorry, the
on,
models
I'm a little-
are based off of reality, correct?
The models are based off of the existing measurements for the Earth.
Okay, so we are these measurements for the Earth.
Do
then?
we agree that the Earth is about 25,000 miles across?
In
Around.
circumference.
Yeah. Do we agree on that?
That's what they say. I've never traveled there, but it could be.
That's the number that most flat earthers use,
Okay.
in my experience.
cool with that.
So here, let me ask you this. Let me put it this way, because this is much closer to your observable amount of horizon.
Mhm.
This is a
Mhm.
six.
So
This
that's
is
what we observe.
So this is if you can see 6,000 miles across, right?
Wow.
This is if you can see 600 miles across. That's the absolute middle. That is not the amount of
And
curve.
we can debunk that one. You know why? We got
Why?
actual video footage of Jay Tolan seeing over 1,000 miles with his infrared camera on a plane.
Mhm.
This is 6,000.
You said 600.
No. Sorry.
That's
This is
a
600.
6,000.
This is 6,000. This is 600. This is 60, and this is 6.
So Jay
wait,
Tolan,
this is
with his infrared.
This is what it would look
Okay.
like at 6 feet. At 6
All
feet
right, wait a
elevation,
second.
eye level of 6 feet. Hang on. Eye level of 6 feet. You're going to see about this. At 6 feet, your entire horizon circumference, everything that you could possibly see around you, is about 18.8 miles, which means that this is if you could see a full third of your field of view, a 120-degree field of view. This is what you would see looking out across a flat plane.
Okay, wait a second. I'm a little confused here, Aiden. You first claimed that we're seeing stuff going over a curve, but you
Yes.
just showed us, due to your model, that it would appear flat, and it wouldn't disappear over
No,
50
because
miles.
no,
So how do you have
no.
it both ways?
This is going across. This is not going away from you.
This is two-dimensional.
Yes, this is going across. This is not going away from you.
So you're not taking perspective into account at all.
Well, no, this would take
No, it's
perspective
all
into account as
orthographic.
well.
Do you see in two-dimensional orthographic geometry?
You're not even talking about the same thing as me right now.
Yeah, I am actually.
No, you're not. This is what I have told you here is right here across this right here. If we go to position,
Oh,
you can
okay.
see
I
how
get
big
what
it
you're
is.
saying. I get
This
what
is-
you're saying.
This is 7,917,000 pixels
Okay,
across.
so this is what I'm trying to get at, though, Aiden. If I don't see any curvature in that direction, how can I see curvature in the other directions? You claim that these boats and shit go over that horizon, but if that horizon, just like you're showing back and forth horizontally, if in my x-axis, how far is that? Just 3 miles? So what, have we curved really a lot in one way and none in the other?
Toilet roll Earth.
No.
Then
Because if
what
you
the
go up
fuck is
here,
that?
if you go up here to the one that's 60 miles, this is 6 miles.
Okay.
Say we do turn this around. This is now 60 miles going that way, away from you.
Is
This
with
is the amount of
reflection?
curvature you're going to see. This
If
is
you
the
don't
amount of
see
curvature.
over that span of distance, 50 miles of a horizon in front of you. How can you see something go over the curve less than 50 miles from you when you're looking straight out? If something was going toward that horizon, away from the bottom of the screen, like going toward the horizon away from us, right? You mean to tell me that that's well over 50 miles to that horizon?
Hang on.
Okay, but Aiden, did
All
you
right,
take
let's see.
refraction into account
Give
of
me some
this?
numbers here. Give me some numbers here.
Did you take
Where are we at?
refraction
We're
into
at
account of this?
a height of 6 feet. Height of 6
Did you
feet.
take? Yeah, but
And-
did you take refraction into account there?
This is just the basic Earth's curve calculator. Hang on.
Yeah, but the things you just drew on, did it take refraction or was it no refraction? Probably not.
There
you're
was
just
not
using that-
refraction in those ones. No.
So if you had to use Walter Bislin's advanced Earth curve calculator that takes terrestrial refraction in, would it differ?
No, not significantly. Not over these distances.
So
that we can see the
Because-
horizon 50 miles in front of us.
you know, you've just
before.
thrown every globe under the bus when they claim
No, I
refraction,
haven't.
and they've known with us when they say you never take refraction into account.
Nope. No,
just throwing them under the bus.
Would you stop trying to divert from the point I'm trying to make? I'm in the middle
It's
of
not.
something else.
We know what the point you're making.
No, you
Earth
don't.
too big to see curve, but
Earth too big
small,
to see
but
curve is correct. I just showed you. I
so
just
is
showed
flat Earth
you.
then.
These are horizontal. They are not vertical. They are not going away from you. These are horizontal models. This is
Then
going
how
goes
are
this
you-
way. This
Okay.
way, not this
All
way.
right, if you got more than 50 miles this way, back and forth, in other words, you're this view right here, you got more than 50 miles and you're not seeing curvature, then how is something going toward that horizon that you
seeing
don't
curvature.
see? Wait a second.
You are.
Then
It's
how
just a
is
very
it,
small
then
amount
how
of
are
it.
you? Then how far away from me would something have to be traveling before it goes over that
That's what I'm trying to
curvature?
get.
That noticeable
That's what I'm
curvature?
trying to get. How tall is it?
You're standing. It's
A 6 foot
anything.
person. What a
Let's
6
say
foot
it's all
person.
right. We're at 6 feet.
Why would that matter?
We're at 6
Why-
feet. It's
why
3
would the
miles
size-
away.
why
We're at
would the
6 feet,
size
it's
matter?
3 miles away.
Okay,
Okay.
3 miles
Yeah.
away. So it's 3 miles to the curve,
Yep, that's
looking
where it'll start to
forward,
go.
but
Mhm.
looking left to right, I got hundreds of miles with no curvature. So
Not
we're
no
on
curvature.
a cylinder.
No curvature, a very slight amount of curvature, approximately.
What,
one
we didn't
every
see any?
69
Okay, but we can end this. But we can end this straight away. You saying, look, Earth too big to see curve, so therefore no curve. Let me assume there's curve, even though we can't measure it or see it. That means flat Earth, mate. You're presenting
No.
flat Earth here.
No,
You're
I'm
literally
not.
saying we can't see it because it's too big. So no observed curve then.
No, I never said you can't see the curve at all. I said you can't see horizontally the curve if you're at just 6 feet of elevation because your horizon
there.
is not wide enough.
Ah, so
That's
no
what I'm
curve
saying.
observed then.
Not at 6 feet of elevation. You're gonna
I 100%
be perceiving
agree.
like 0.0001 degree of curvature.
I 100% agree. No curve observed at 6 feet.
Let's
Why
do
is
this.
it
Let's
then
do this.
people say? Why is it then people say boats go over the curve at 3 miles away at 6 feet?
Okay, because if you'll look at 6 feet with a target distance 3 miles, with a target distance of 3 miles, the hidden height is 0 feet, right? We go to 4 miles. Oh, now anything shorter than half a foot is not going to be visible over the curve. We go to 5 miles. Now anything below 2.5 feet is not going to be visible over the curve. As you can imagine, with a ship, what this would look like is the hull disappearing first. We get to 20 miles, and suddenly anything that is shorter than 192 feet is going to be invisible behind the curve.
Great.
how
And now
far?
put refraction into account.
I don't. What do you mean now take for refraction into account? How does that
Because you
change
see-
this?
You look through 3D space. We look optically. So
All that would
you
do
are
is make it
using-
so that the boat is visible for longer. It's still going to disappear from the bottom first.
okay. Listen what I'm saying. You're showing
still
things where it
going to
says, this is
disappear from
why
the
I
bottom
don't
first.
see curve. You are taking orthographic view and claiming it is based on perspective.
No, I'm not. You are not.
So we don't
You're not
see
even
3D
comprehending what I'm saying.
Well, I do. We know we've had this argument since we became flat earthers. We've been around the bush with this many times, man. I know you're new to the subject, but we've been through this.
But that's the
Okay.
problem. Is you haven't. You
We
haven't addressed.
have.
All
I
right,
can
so-
literally show you my
okay,
first
why is
video
it?
on my
Why
channel
is
that
it? Why
does
is it? Why is it that no matter what the distance is, the boat will always disappear from the bottom first?
perspective.
I
Diffraction
No.
limit.
Explain
No,
that.
no.
Yes.
the field of
Because
view.
perspective is not
No,
curved.
it's your field of view.
Okay,
No.
wait.
Perspective, with perspective, it would always appear to get closer and closer to the horizon. It is asymptotic. It will never hit it. It will never go below the horizon.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you, do you know what
does
the
refraction
diffraction limit
do?
is?
What does refraction do?
It just displaces the image you're looking at.
What's the effect that it has? Like when you
displaces the image you are looking at.
What?
It puts it in it either drops it or rises it.
When does it rise versus when does it drop?
Depending on the environment. Now again,
no. When does it rise versus when does it drop? This is important.
When it follows the density.
When does it rise? When does it drop?
Heat rises, cooler sinks.
What does that happen?
So the light follows.
Okay. So when it's
okay.
Well, that to me sounds more like what that would do. That to me sounds more like what it would do is that it would always rise, and the temperature would only adjust how high it rises.
Great. So in other words,
it would never go.
The point is, it's always optical then, not physical observation.
You are observing the physical reality.
Oh, so if my cell phone is here
every time. No. Okay. See, you've said the words perspective and refraction. What you have not done is explain why it is that every single time it will disappear from the bottom.
Okay. I'm going to now.
Okay.
Let's say but first going to tell you a statement of the refraction. This is where my phone physically is, but due to refraction, it appears here. You don't see it here. You only see it here. Is my phone physically there, or is it still physically here?
Well, right now it's physically where it is, but
if it's
I understand what you're saying.
This is a refracted phone.
I understand what you're saying. Here. Okay.
Okay. Is that optical or is that physical?
Oh my God. It's optical.
Great.
It's also
and that's what we
completely
always
not
see.
Related to the point.
It is. Now, let me explain to you why.
Can I explain to you why it doesn't? Can I explain to you why what you're saying doesn't make any fucking sense? Can
Black
I please?
Swan 2020.
Can I please?
Black Swan 2020.
Why is any of it beneath the horizon? Any of it at all?
Diffraction limit.
No, refraction causes the visible to
diffraction.
Okay, now
diffraction.
All right. Okay, and when does diffraction occur?
Do you know what 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet means?
No.
That's the diffraction limit.
Okay.
So as soon as it gets to the diffraction limit, I don't know if you've ever learned about the diffraction limit before. You know what an Aries disk is?
Wow. Doesn't sound familiar to me.
Okay. I'm going to quickly draw it on
Might
page.
know it by another name, but the problem is that we still haven't actually addressed the issue at hand.
It is addressing it, mate.
No, okay, no, it's not. All right, here, how about this? Chicago, 2015. Photographer named Joshua.
Jonathan Nowicki.
Yeah, proved the flat Earth. Well done.
No, he actually proved the exact opposite. Because if you go and you look at his interview, what he said was that it's never like that. It is never that visible.
Oh, but that's not true. That's not true.
Now the photographer's lying. Now the photographer's lying. Right. Got it. Okay.
Hold on.
So everybody who might have first-hand knowledge is just lying.
Aiden, listen. Rob Skiba, rest in peace. He duplicated the exact same image. It doesn't never do that before. It depends. It depends. Listen, just shut up and listen.
Right.
Okay.
What's the guy's name?
So not only did he recreate the exact same photograph, he was on a boat from the shore and kept the city in view as he went across the lake to Chicago. The image did not disappear and then reappear as it should if it were a mirage over a distance of water. Yes.
No, and you're assuming that the skyline would not be visible by the time the mirage is.
Listen to me. The claim that this has never happened before was error. No one's claiming he lied.
Nowicki said he had never seen it before.
Himself.
He had never, but we've got a lot of people that actually went out and they've got this again. But
listen to me. He said he had never seen it, even though he had been to that exact same spot to take pictures numerous times, which means
and many
it's not
other people
always
still
visible,
get it.
Which means that the picture.
Yes,
it was an illusion. That's why it was invisible. It wouldn't have been visible without the illusion. You can't use refraction sometimes and then not others.
Wait a
Is
second.
It was only visible because of refraction.
No, you know there's
Yes!
refraction every single day. Is
refraction or is refraction not affected by the exact weather conditions of the day?
Listen, there was a very special
Okay, you're
day
ignoring the question.
to make it appear that it's not curved, as you say. Okay, correct?
No, it's the other way around. That one
well,
day
he's
was
saying
the
it's
special
curved.
day where
He's
you could
saying it's
see
the other way
more of
around.
the city than usual.
You remember I just showed you those buttons where refraction caused it to look curved? So we can say
first
that.
of all, I'm still not entirely sure that's at all what
Okay.
that was showing. But
Okay, first of all, that wasn't even a superior mirage they showed on the wiki, okay? Because it doesn't even have the mirroring required for a superior mirage. There was no compression required for an inferior mirage. We actually dissected this image. Secondly, the refraction causes it to look like there's a curve, okay? We can demonstrate this just like I did tonight's stream.
no,
now, on
what you're
stream,
doing right
I've
now
got
is contradicting yourself.
No, what
No,
I'm doing
because-
now, what I'm doing right now is telling you how refraction works.
No.
That's
Wait,
demonstrated.
No,
and I'm
because that's
educating
not
you
what
now
you're
on
doing.
refraction limit 2.
But that's not what you're
see my-
doing. But that's not what you're doing. Listen.
Must I show you
okay?
more demonstrations?
Listen. If the Earth was flat, then
Which it
you
is,
would
yeah.
be able to see the entire skyline of Chicago from across
Why?
Lake Michigan at all times. Because
No.
if the Earth was flat, you would be able to do that. Because the
No.
buildings are thousands of feet tall.
No.
They are. You would see the skyline. You
Ever
would.
heard of shit strings before?
You would see the skyline. Okay? If the Earth
Ever
was
heard
flat,
of
you would
shit
see the
strings
skyline.
before? Ever heard of shit strings before?
Get smaller and angular size.
Yeah.
You would
It's
be
very
able to use a
simple.
telescope. If the Earth
And
were
you
flat,
are looking.
if the
Are
Earth
you
were
looking
flat,
over water?
if the
we're
Earth were
looking-
flat, you would be able to see Chicago from Michigan with a telescope.
No.
Yes.
Do we look over water in Lake Michigan?
Yes.
Is there water vapor in the air over
Yes.
the lake?
Yes.
Okay.
The
Is
buildings
there
are 2,000
fog?
feet tall.
Is there dust?
The buildings are 2,000 feet tall.
And it's not 2,000 feet tall optically 50 miles away
Because of the fucking curve.
because of angular size
No,
change.
no, it's not angular size change because there's no angular size change with a telescope.
How
With
far
a
do you have to
telescope.
be away from?
Telescope.
How far away do you have to be away from?
Sorry, not angular size, angular resolution. If you use a telescope
exactly.
and you look
How-
across at
Do you know?
Chicago,
Wait a second. I'll show you something.
if the Earth is flat,
Okay,
it should always be there.
Okay, Aiden,
All right, fine. How about this? Let's account for refraction. Let's put the camera.
Wait,
Let's put the
before you
camera
do
50
that-
feet up. Let's put the camera
before you
50
do
feet
that-
up.
before you do that, Aiden, look at these two, okay? We can say they're the
Mhm.
same size. What happens when I move the one away?
It looks
Is it
smaller.
now bigger? Ah,
You're not even addressing the point I'm making.
so the 2,000, what do you say, 2,000 feet skyline is 2,000 feet still at 50 miles?
I didn't say it looks shorter. I said the whole thing would be visible.
Why?
Because if the Earth is flat, you're gonna be able to see things that are far away across a flat surface.
Oh, let me ask you something,
Through
Abe.
water vapor.
Hold on, wait a
through
second. Let me ask
fog,
you this.
through-
Have you ever been in like a big, huge Olympic-sized swimming pool? I'm sure you
Yeah.
have. Okay. Now, when you're standing above the water at one end of the pool,
Mhm.
you can see things at the other end of the pool clear as day, can't you?
Yep.
Right? You see the people's heads that are sticking up out of the water at the other end of the pool. Now, if you submerge yourself under the water, is your vision limited now? Do you have a limited vision? Can you see the other end of the pool as clearly as you could above the water?
In
No.
my experience, yes, but that's not
No,
really the
you
point here because we're not
cannot.
talking about being underwater. We're talking about being over
All
water.
right, wait a
And
second.
we're talking about the fact that even once
Stay
you
with
get
the
above
point
the water,
that
we're talking
I'm
about the fact that
getting-
even once you account for atmospheric refraction, the
I'm
buildings still aren't completely visible.
Okay, so as you increase the opacity of the medium, looking through bigger and bigger distances of it, water vapor and the like, all the medium that's down here, the soupiest part of our atmos, you are going to be limited in your in the distance that you can view things because of what's called atmos opacity. Now, one of the biggest things I noticed, I live here in Virginia,
But we're
which
not
is,
talking about opacity.
hold on, wait a second. It's rather humid here. And even from a mountaintop, on clear days, I can see further than on more humid days. Now, when I went out west of Death Valley, one of the things that really struck me was how far you could really see. It really blew my mind. And why was that? Because there was so much less moisture in the air, diffracting, not refracting, diffracting the light and scattering it, thereby obscuring my view. This is what happens when you're standing at the ground level, especially over large bodies of water. Okay? So you not only have refraction involved, everything mashing, compressing into the vanishing point of the horizon, you have diffraction as well. Okay?
Yeah, that's what I want to explain on screen now.
That. It's compressing into it. That horizon is where the ground and the sky appears to meet. They don't physically meet. If you watch an aircraft go past you over top, it's going to look like it gets lower and lower and lower, but it's not.
Yeah. I'm just going to quickly explain. This is what we call with the Aries disk. This would be a maxima and a minima. Okay, it's like a wavelength of light, you could say. Okay, these are two separate objects. We can say this is the ground, so in the ocean, and this is the boat. Okay, what happens is, as they move further away, the angular size changes and they start overlapping. Okay, so it starts becoming to see it one image. So now you're just visibly seeing one image. You see the largest angle. What would the largest angle be? The boat or the water?
This is not. What does that have to do with what I just said?
That's diffraction limit.
No.
Why?
No, what I just said was that you should be able to see the entirety of the skyline.
Did you just listen?
I did, but you didn't actually address what I said. That's the problem.
I am. This is directly addressing an issue.
It's not.
Even ourselves just explained it. Yes.
It's not.
It's not. Do you know why we don't see the windows on the buildings? Do you know why we don't see the windows on the buildings, Aiden?
Just keep talking, because at this point you're not even talking about what I'm talking about.
Do you know why we don't see the windows on the building,
Aiden? Whatever. Just
because of diffraction.
Sure. Whatever. It's not angular resolution. Couldn't possibly be that.
The reason you don't see the skyline all the time is because of weather. We're looking through a large amount of body water with water vapor in the air.
Okay,
and
so
it has very specific conditions to make it visible. So in other words, it's just making it clear to see. It's there. It's just not miraged.
Okay, so the same exact kind of thing has been done with accounting for refraction, and it still returns the same results. Okay, that you won't see the bottoms of the buildings. There's a picture from a picture of Philadelphia taken from Apple Pie Hill in New Jersey, 205 feet elevation. Parts of Philadelphia are below the curve.
So
at the horizon, no water over land.
Because this photograph taken from high altitude shows the sun rather far away. The reason being, why can we see a lot further from this elevation right here? Why can we see the sun? Listen. Before you start jumping in, let me finish. The reason is because you have eliminated a lot of that weather and atmos opacity that we were talking about. Now, there are videos, I've seen a couple of them, where clear in conditions as possible. At high elevation, the sun appears to set, bring it back into view, But you know what ends up happening? It ends up just kind of fading out of view.
No, it doesn't.
Due to, listen to me, due to the opacity of the atmosphere. The sun is not gargantuanly huge. Okay. It's rather small in comparison to the Earth. It is a very intense energy source of some kind, but it is very small. This idea that you are Superman and would be able to see things forever is really naive. It shows a lack of understanding how your vision actually works. I'm not faulting you for that. Many people don't understand how their vision works.
No, I get that part. That's not the
And
problem.
that field of view is the one most important. When I told you that your field of view is now compromised by the horizon, everything compresses on it. Red's Rhetoric likes to show this picture of zoomed in on this hotel across the body of water. And he only shows it for a minute. And there's a good reason for that.
As well.
If you stop it and look, the windows get shorter and shorter and shorter as you get closer to the horizon. Why is that? Are there hobbits living on the bottom floor and giants living on the top? That's due to the effect of compression into the horizon. Also, your field of view, as I stated before, is now compromised by the horizon. Everything up to the horizon, you have a full field of view to. But once you get to that, now your field of view, it's like Wilson. Remember Wilson on the sitcom, right? He was only over the thing like that. If he started going away, he'd start shrinking from the bottom up. Why? Was he really shrinking from the bottom up? No, your field of view was compromised as he got smaller due to angular resolution. It's that simple.
Yeah. So you wanted to present, Aidan?
Yeah, I just wanted to show this. This is Philadelphia from Apple Pie Hill. It's at 205 feet of elevation. If you look at Philadelphia, it's kind of hard to zoom in. I'm going to do my best. So I'm a Philly native. This is my home city.
Awesome.
There is, as you can see, no water. The only water here is the Delaware River. It's about 3/4 of a mile wide, and it's over that way. This is not the entire skyline of Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
This is the horizon, correct?
Yep.
That's the apparent horizon, yeah.
Yes. This is not the entire skyline of Philadelphia. Now, I can tell you,
the resolution's bad, though.
The resolution is bad, but even through the bad resolution, being a Philadelphia native, I can tell you a solid 7/8 of the city is not visible here.
What's causing all that hazy?
This right here, I don't know when the picture was taken. This is either going to be One Liberty Place or the Comcast building.
Okay.
What's causing all that hazy?
Wait. But this
is it's a low resolution photo. I'm guessing this is probably not Comcast because this picture was probably taken 20 or 30 years ago.
It seems to get hazier as you go in the distance.
Yes,
notice
but it's fine.
That doesn't.
It doesn't matter anyway.
Refraction. But what matters here is the fact
opacity.
Sure,
opacity, not refraction.
Well,
opacity.
I thought you were going to go somewhere else.
Now, in conjunction with that opacity, what is most of that opacity? Do you believe is comprised of?
It's probably urban smog. But again, you're not addressing the point I'm making.
That is.
The point I'm making is that you can't see these. You cannot see these shorter buildings of Philadelphia.
There's a reason.
Which is
diffraction limit. The angular size has got too small, so it has moved into the large angle.
Okay,
just like
but
when you see
if
in
the
a
planet
distance,
wasn't curved, what you're talking about would compress what's at the bottom. It wouldn't make it invisible.
Just like we're saying, okay? If you've ever looked at night, a car in a distance looks like it's got one huge light. And the closer it comes, it becomes two lights. That's the diffraction limit. That building in the distance, that building that you can't see, the angular size has got too small to resolve. So it's resolving the angle around it, which is the water or the ground or whatever you're seeing. Notice that the horizon, which is supposed to block it, is behind what you're claiming is blocking it.
No, it's not. I live here. I live here. It's not.
My hero's from Philly, man. Rocky Balboa, he's my hero. Love it.
So, Aiden, the majority, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that the majority of that haze that you're looking through there
Mhm.
is water vapor.
It's
Okay.
urban smog.
And it's mostly water vapor, my friend. And the reason it's water vapor is I know because you're on the East Coast the same as I am. I get the exact same thing. Okay. And it's not due to fog. It's not due to smog. Water vapor, water has this really cool effect on light and images. It distorts them. It really does. And you get more and more distortion the more of the water vapor that you are looking through.
So
Okay, so that's
I
going to
understand
affect
what
your
you're saying.
imagery really quite a bit.
I understand what you're saying. But the
So
problem
that's why you
is
don't
that
see forever.
the everything should, based on what you're saying, collapse to the horizon, not collapse beneath the horizon.
It doesn't. Nothing collapses beneath the horizon. It collapses into the horizon.
Okay, but if it wasn't collapsing beneath the horizon, the smaller buildings of Philadelphia would be visible here.
Why?
Because they are behind. They're behind the curve right now. Like,
No, they're not. There's no
Yes, they
curve. That's
There's
you just told us that's an apparent horizon. So
Yes,
how
horizons
far
aren't
is that
apparent.
horizon?
Okay, all right. Listen.
It's
Can you
optical,
see?
Aiden. That's
Can
all.
you
It's
see
optical.
the? No, it's not
Oh,
optical.
wait, sorry.
Totally.
You go
optical.
show. It is optical.
No, they're invisible because they're beneath the curve.
No.
Do you have any idea?
diffraction limit.
Do you have any idea what the expected curvature is here? Any
It's
idea?
diffraction.
No,
diffraction
just.
No,
Because
we don't.
here's
We
the
don't
thing,
know the distances
the
or
math,
anything.
The math. First of all, this is at 205 feet of elevation. So stop saying refraction and diffraction because it's largely been accounted for here. All right.
Diffraction. How do you account for diffraction?
Oh my God. It's
You
like
can't.
it's talking to a
Diffraction just
brick wall.
explains. Yes, it is. Can you see this on screen?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me why it looks so hazy so far away?
Because you're looking, I'm assuming, based on the angle of the picture, you're probably looking out at the Atlantic Ocean across New Jersey.
Great. And can you tell me why I can't see for instance, the windows on this building down there, past there?
Angular resolution. You're too far away. That's not. You're still not arguing with my point.
Okay.
You're still not. No, it's not refraction. It's not refraction. It's resolution.
Okay.
It's not
Right,
refraction.
Diffraction.
It's not diffraction at all. It's resolution.
Diffraction limit is resolution limit.
No, it's okay.
Literally
all right.
is.
Aiden, do you have a weather app?
Then it
Resolution
still
limit.
doesn't explain why Philadelphia isn't visible from Apple Pie Hill.
This photo I got on here says it perfectly why, and I'm trying to explain it to you, but
No,
you're
it
getting
doesn't.
triggered.
No, I'm not getting triggered. You are saying random things that aren't associated with my point, which is that if you look at the picture of Philadelphia taken from 205 feet of elevation at Apple Pie Hill in New Jersey, 40 miles away, you should in fact be able to see the entire city of Philadelphia if the Earth is not curved.
No, that's not true.
Why?
Because there's opacity.
No, it's not. Opacity is not the
Oh
problem
my
here.
God.
Elevation is.
And
Elevation is the
angular
problem here.
sky-
Can
Aiden,
you
hold
see
up,
these
hold up.
buildings? Can you see these buildings? Can you see these buildings? Can
Aiden,
you see them? Can you see the buildings?
Angular size change. It would
Can
help
you
if you had a
see the
better-
buildings?
It would help if you
Can
had a
you
better
see the
resolution.
buildings?
Would help if
Do you
had
have a
better
weather
See
app?
the buildings.
Aiden, do you have a weather app on your
No,
phone?
no. Can you see the buildings?
I'm just going to ask you a question. If you have a weather app on your phone, and I'm sure most people do,
Yep.
you'll notice that it tells you everything about it, what it feels like, all that other. And you're also going to notice that there's a little thing on here that says visibility.
Okay,
Now,
cool.
why
Can you
would,
see the
wait,
buildings?
wait. Why would the visibility, wouldn't it always be the same? Why does it change from day to day?
We're not
and
arguing.
sometimes
We're not
often throughout
arguing
the
about
day?
whether or not the entire city of Philadelphia is visible. We're arguing about the fact that part of the city of Philadelphia is not visible.
Exactly.
Why?
Yeah. Well,
If
Because
it's,
it's
if it's
diffraction.
atmospheric opacity,
wait.
opacity, you won't be able to see any of these buildings.
So wait a second.
No.
No, that's not true at all.
Yeah.
Aiden,
Because
check
the
it
buildings
out.
here, the buildings that aren't here are not differently colored. They are
Have you ever
different
gone
heights.
snorkeling?
Wait,
Have
hold
you
on.
ever
I
gone
just wanna
snorkeling?
Can I point
Everything you
something
can
out?
see picture.
Hold on,
wait. Have you ever?
Here's your problem. You've taken a crappy photograph and then zoomed in on the photograph.
I've used your side's photograph.
Okay,
This is from your people.
Okay,
yeah, but
first of
you're
all,
zooming in on the zoom in.
Even
Okay,
if I don't zoom in on the zoom in, it's the same way. It's actually easier to see the city
I want to
now.
ask you a question. Why is the horizon so high?
What do you mean, why is the horizon so high?
Why is the horizon not dropping?
What do you mean, why is the horizon not dropping? It is. That's why the buildings aren't visible.
Okay, wait.
Behind
bring
the
that back
curve.
up. Bring up your
it's
zoom
not.
in.
But
Bring
wait,
up your zoom in.
wait.
Bring up
They're
your zoom in.
behind
I want
the
to show you
curve.
something. Bring up your zoom in. So if those buildings are hidden by the curve of the Earth, why is the horizon past the buildings?
That's what I'm
There
asking him.
isn't. They're
There
You
behind
can
the
literally
horizon.
see it.
These are
There's
not in
buildings in the
Philadelphia. These two
foreground
dots
right
right
here.
here. These two
Yeah,
dots right here are not in Philadelphia. They're in New Jersey. That's Philadelphia.
Okay.
Okay, if you can get a
Which
better
is
resolution, we
visible
might be able to...
behind the horizon.
Sorry, do you know that the horizon is only apparent? It's still behind Philadelphia as well.
I don't
Just
even
push-
know how to respond to that statement.
Okay, let's put it this way. If you've driven in a car on a very foggy day and you're only able to see to your bonnet, your hood, in other words, because you guys said hood, there's still street beyond that, is there not?
Yes, that's being
You just can't
obscured
see it.
by fog.
You just
That's not
can't
what's
see
going
it.
on here. That's not
That's
what's going on here.
exactly what's going on.
No, it's not. No, it
The resolution is just too bad to be able
It's
to
not the
resolve
resolution.
the
It's
image.
not the resolution. There
Right,
are
show 'em
buildings
Black-
that should
show 'em
be
Black
visible
Swan.
that aren't.
Do the
Watch
Black
it.
Swan.
We're going to
Just
show the
watch
Black
it.
Swan as well, yeah.
Yeah, do the Black Swan.
Watch this. Look at the horizon.
And we see
Mhm.
just a time lapse of it throughout the day.
Look up here.
Yeah, it's atmospheric refraction.
It's not breathing in and out. It's not doing yoga and stretching. Of course, this is just an optical effect because the conditions are changing, and so it's causing the horizon to move around because that's just the vanishing point, the convergence point, and it's changing based on the different conditions. It's just an
Optical
apparent effect. It isn't any
There we go.
physical.
Do you notice what the buildings are actually doing? First of all, take the
For
time. I don't.
walking.
Okay,
They're
so first
breathing.
of all,
It's squishing up. They're squishing.
What's-
The sponge
what's the
building.
distance? First of all, what's the distance and the elevation at which that was taken? Right?
What difference does it make? The point of the
It
matter
does
is,
make a difference. It
Wait
does
a
make
second.
a difference.
did the horizon change throughout the course of that time lapse or not?
It didn't. It actually didn't really look like it did.
Really? Okay, watch the top line again I'll bring it back up. Unless
Okay, bring it up and then we'll go on to the Black Swan.
Now I want you to watch this aspect, watch this line. Also pay attention to what happens to these buildings.
I
right
was
here.
paying attention. They
All right,
compress,
all right. So they change, don't
but
they?
they're not at the
Watch, they're
horizon.
changing.
Which is
Hold
the
on.
Earth curve, and we see just a
There, just
Yeah, if
watch
you
it.
look
Oh,
at the horizon line, it remains relatively static. What appears to be changing is the
relatively static,
Why
it's
it's
dropped
moving
by
around
half
like
the
crazy?
distance.
the video was
Look at
shot
now.
using a potato.
Look at this. Look at that island. Look at
It's
that
got a
little peninsula.
resolution of 4
Look at that
pixels.
little peninsula.
That's in the foreground, not at the horizon.
It don't matter. It's all
It
of it. Look at
does.
the horizon. Look at the horizon.
The horizon
going
is
up and
barely
down.
moving, and the video was shot in like a
Is
resolution
it
of
moving?
144.
Is it moving? Do things further
You-
away from you appear to
Do you
move
understand how
at a
film works?
slower
Do
rate
you
than
understand
things
how
closer?
film works?
Hold on, wait a second. If you're going 70 miles an hour and there's trees right next to the road and there's a mountain in the background, you're going to notice that you're going by the trees much faster than you are the mountain, right?
Yeah,
Why is
sorry.
that? Because the mountain, you're still going the same speed past it. It's just because the other thing is further away. So, of course, the further horizon is going to move much less than the closer stuff, right? But did you notice that the horizon changed drastically? Did you watch it in relative to the line and to the
Yes,
trees?
I did. I
have
did.
lots.
It doesn't change drastically.
Oh
It
my
changes the
God.
slightest bit, and in my opinion, that appears to have been not because the horizon was changing, but because the actual elevation of the sun in the sky was changing. And it was changing the
What?
colors. It was changing
You
the
can see
colors
the
of the
sun.
sky in the background. You gave me a
Okay.
video that had some of the lowest resolution I've ever seen.
Then
Better
what
than
was
the
going
photo
on
you
with those
presented.
buildings? What was
But
going
anyway.
on with those buildings? and
It's not the
shit
photo
then?
I presented. It's the photo you
Okay.
people used to prove the Earth is flat.
You presented it. I didn't even bring it up. So anyway, do you know the Black
All
Swan
right.
argument?
No.
This is the Black Swan argument. Okay, these are two platforms.
Okay.
And the
Cool.
horizon is behind them. Okay, this is
Okay.
the.
And wait. How do we know
We're gonna do
how
the
do we know
math.
they're that far away? How do we know they're that far away?
They measured. Literally, they
Who
used
did?
for reference. So
Who did?
what do you mean? Who did? You can go
Measured
and get the information off the
Where?
seashell platforms, oil platforms. Anyway,
Did they do that?
yes, platform
Where?
habitat is 9.
Where?
Dude.
No. Where?
Dude,
I
can
want
I
to see the
finish?
citation.
Can I finish?
But I want to
my-
see the citation. I want to know if this is actually even an argument worth having before we have it, because we only got 4 minutes left. So I want to see the citation.
Okay, then I'm going to give you the math quickly, and then you can do a video on this if you don't believe me. And I'll
I'm
send
not
you
doing a
the
video on this.
citation.
I'm done. I've
Oh.
debunked it. It's over. It's
You
done.
haven't
Oh my
debunked anything.
God.
You've had cognitive
You ain't
dissonance
debunked
this whole
I
time.
don't have cognitive dissonance. I'm not the one sitting here
Reagan,
with
you
images
showed-
from space of the Earth saying no. Okay?
There
I'm not
is no
that person.
images from space. You didn't even
There's
present
numerous images from space. You can't just say
No,
everything's
there
CGI.
isn't.
You've got to
You
actually
know what
show that
composite-
it was edited.
you
have
know
to
what
actually
composite
show that it
image?
was edited.
You know
You know what? Here, let me give you an example.
Okay.
Let me give you an example.
Okay,
When
wait,
Ashton
wait,
Forbes, when
Aidan, you-
Ashton
wait,
Forbes
you're
came
trying
out.
to run away
Wait,
from
no,
the
let me.
argument.
No,
You're
I'm
the
not.
first
Let me
person
give you an
that has.
example. Let me give you an example. Ashton
You're
Forbes came
running
out
away
with a
from the
video
argument.
claiming
He's
that
trying to
the
run his clock. He's
370
running out the
Running.
clock. That's all
I'm
he's
not
trying
running
to do
out
is
the
run
clock.
out the
I'm
clock.
trying to give
I'm
you an
trying to
example
show
of
you
a
an
time I
argument, yeah.
actually did the
You
work
haven't
to
let
prove something
Flatzoid
was
finish.
CGI.
You haven't let Flatzoid
Because
finish.
he hasn't given me the citation.
Let him finish his
I'm busy
presentation.
I
with
want the
it.
citation first.
Let him finish
This-
the presentation.
Yeah. Okay.
I want the
First of all,
citation.
You'll get the citation, asshole. Let him finish
I
the
won't.
presentation.
you can literally go on the platform's site,
And you
the
did that.
actual companies. I can give it to you later. You
But
can
did you
get
do
their
that?
exact distances from
So
the
no.
shore. This is
So
what
you
it's
did it.
based on. No, I'm gonna send it to you. I just gotta get it and I'll send it to you. But for now, because time's limited, I'm going to explain to you what the Black Swan is, because you
Okay,
obviously are
sure.
very ignorant to the subject.
Not
Okay.
ignorant. I just don't have time to look
Very
at every
ignorant.
single different
I am
flat Earth
sorry,
argument.
but you are ignorant to
I'm
everything.
sorry.
you
I
brought
didn't
up
realize
tonight.
that you guys were the experts and not any of the people
Give
who
me
are
more
far
expert than you
influential
on
than
this. Yes.
How would you
Okay.
know anything, Aiden? You
But-
haven't
wait.
shut your cock holster long enough to let him
Okay.
present.
Okay.
Oh, my
So
cock
anyway,
holsters. Now we're getting
we got-
homophobic with it. I got it. All
Anyway,
right.
anyway, we got platform habitat, 9.41 miles away.
And you
Platform
have a
Hill
citation
House.
for that, correct?
I will send it to you.
Yes, he
No,
said
don't
that.
send
21
it.
miles
Don't
away.
send it.
Let
I
him
want you to
finish.
show it.
Okay.
I want you to show
Okay.
the citation.
The observer height from this person, there was the video, BMLR 69. He has this exact videos, many of them.
Mhm.
Okay, he was 1 foot off of the ground.
Okay.
The max distance according to your Earth curve would be
Mhm.
1.22 miles away.
Right.
The horizon is seen 10 times that distance. Do you know
According,
why that is?
I want the citation.
I will get it to you, but do you know that no platform in existence would be at 1.22 miles away or closer? You would agree with that?
I want the citation.
I will send it to you because your time is limited. This is the same person gone now at a different time. Also, 8-foot
Mhm.
observer height. Your horizon should be 3.46 miles, and yet the horizon is way beyond 10 miles again. Look how nice and clear the image is. Do you know why that is? Let me go get the
Tell me.
citation quickly.
I want the citation.
Because there's no Earth curve.
Nope.
Yes.
Okay. So what about the pictures I showed you? What about all the other pictures on the 200 proofs the Earth is not a spinning ball that are used by flat earthers all the time? What about the
We
fact
don't
that you
use
can? Why can I only see part of Corsica from La Spezia?
Diffraction limit,
It's 8,000 feet tall.
refraction,
It's 8,000 feet tall.
angular size
No.
change,
You
perspective,
can't just throw out buzzwords. That's not argument.
optical phenomena.
Okay, I get it. All you can do is recite buzzwords. I understand the
No,
limit,
it's-
but what I don't
it's
understand
literally-
is
It's literally optical
why
phenomena.
can I
right? That's the
see
answer.
Corsica from La Spezia?
Because of optical phenomena.
Actually, it's because it's tall enough that it shouldn't even be over the curve, dumbass. Jesus
Optical?
Christ.
Phenomenal.
And again
No,
with the Jesus
see,
Christ. I thought you were a Christian.
I am a Christian, PJ.
Well,
Why-
can you not? Can you stop with the Jesus Christ? That's taking the Lord's name in vain. Come on, you must agree with that.
That's
we go.
not
There's
what
your-
taking the Lord's name in vain
Thank
even
you,
means.
thank you.
It's
There's the
you're
citation.
taking the Lord's
All right,
name
this
in
is the
vain.
citation.
still.
There's
All
the
right, it says
citation.
that
There
they're
we go.
located offshore approximately 6 miles south-southeast of the city of Santa Barbara. All right. Now, where was the picture taken from?
Let me bring the video.
Norman
email us
Cross, I didn't
69.
lose any of those debates. They just said no over and over again. That's not a debate.
Yeah, I really like to
No,
do
no,
a
no, no,
debate
no, no.
by myself
Where-
sometime though.
Where,
But
go on,
it doesn't really
Jeremy?
help.
where
It
was the
doesn't really
picture
help
taken?
debating you though, because you don't even know how to debate, to be honest.
Where
go
is the
on
picture
journalism?
from?
You want to go on
I'm sending
journalism
you
with
it
me?
now.
Go on journalism with me, Aiden.
There we go.
Because I'm seeing some of these that are only 3 miles offshore.
It's
Oh,
structured.
there we go.
Structured
There-
debate, bro.
There we
That's-
go. Yes. Yeah, let's meet on journalism. I'll be more than happy to debate you on journalism, Aiden.
too.
Where is the?
There we go. There it is.
Where did
I
he
just
take
sent
it
it to
from?
you.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
What do you mean? Where do you take it from? There,
Sure.
This is what it's saying.
Yeah,
Gonna
where
put
did
it
he
up.
take it from on the shore?
You're going to see now. He's showing everything.
Okay, Hill House.
There we go. Let's go to where he's showing everything. There, he's showing you exactly where the platforms are. There it goes. And to his actual location as well. That's habitat. Whoop. There's Hill House.
Mhm.
And there he is on the shore. Miramar.
Okay.
And he's going to draw it out for you.
This
There
is
we
kind
go.
of funny.
6.21 miles.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I pressed the wrong button. But he's still showing it. Okay, there we go. Okay. There's everything you need to know. The surf report, the wave heights. I mean, he's giving everything. You wonder why they have air temperature and everything on that.
And a horizon.
That picture right
way
there does
beyond.
not look like it was taken from sea. 35 feet of elevation.
No, he's taking different ones. You see, he's taking different ones. Just relax, mate. Just relax. Yeah, he's going to lie on the beach. It's a lack of his donkey.
Why you guys get so mad when we take your ball away, man?
There we go. See, he's literally on the floor.
He's sitting. I see that.
Okay, do you know this shouldn't even be
All right, now he stands up.
possible?
Okay,
No,
now
he's lying
okay.
down again.
All right.
So, horizon past 10 miles.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Explain that on your globe, please.
I'm going to have to look into it. I didn't consider
Look for
this
that.
one example in light of the 80 other ones I looked at. Like,
Well, there's a lot of
This is
these
what-
around.
This
The
is,
problem-
this is 2020.
I'm
So
sure.
then
And
when you
I'm
said-
sure there's a very simple explanation for why it's
Yes.
visible.
So when
I
you
can tell
said
you-
you
I can tell you why it's
researched flat
visible.
Earth, you didn't. When you said
What?
when you said you researched flat Earth,
No,
you
no, no,
pretty
no, no,
much
no, no.
quit after you went to Eric Dubé's thing
Nope.
and
Nope.
Yep.
Flat Earth
Yep.
Society.
No, I picked Eric Dubé because he's the most influential out of all of you.
No, yeah.
I looked at a whole bunch of different ones.
I thought I
Okay,
was.
but you would agree though that just because he's influential doesn't mean he speaks for us all.
Okay,
agree with
cool.
that?
No,
So I'll have to
I mean-
look at the Black Swan thing, but if I might, really quickly,
Yeah.
how to debunk Black Swan flat Earth argument?
You don't-
Because
you
I'm
don't
willing
wanna
to
do
bet
that.
it's been done.
They claim refraction.
Yeah, we already know how they try to debunk it. Bottom line is the reason it's called the
Means it's
Black
optical.
Swan.
You know,
is because
you know this
if I make
argument
a
seven.
claim-
Well, either way.
You know
if I
this
make-
argument 7 years old, Aiden. This
I'm-
argument 7 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the only answer you guys got is refraction. So making a point then, optical, not
Optical.
physical.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, go to 102 in the video.
102. Okay, let me see. One. Let me show it again.
Shit's hilarious.
All right. So
Okay, 1 or 2. What now?
yeah, it looks like here. Hit play.
I must have pressed play. Okay.
All right. You're looking at a different video of the same video. Interesting.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's quite a claim, guys. He's saying it's a different video. Do you know they brought this up as well before and then got shown to be total clown asses?
Well, I'm looking for it right now.
You know what? You know what the?
Because I found the exact same platforms. It's the same video. It's just at a different point.
So I paused it. Yeah. Why do you think they give atmospheric pressure here and the signal wave height and the wind speed?
Probably to somehow say they're accounting for atmospheric refraction, but your definition of what atmospheric refraction isn't even consistent, so it doesn't matter.
Do you even know how atmospheric refraction works?
Hang on.
I know how.
Can I go through it? I'm sure you think you do.
No, I know how.
All right.
From somebody who says they don't know, I'm sure you think you do.
Listen, just because I don't know something doesn't mean that you guys do.
Wow. Oh, we've been showing it all night that you know
nothing. Who's Thomas Aquinas?
A Catholic commentator who worked on the Latin Vulgate commentating. He's
okay,
not
got
even
it. So you have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Sorry, is he not Catholic? Was he not Catholic?
He was Catholic.
Was he not a commentator on the Latin Vulgate?
He was a doctor of the church.
A Catholic church.
Commentator. It doesn't. Okay, all right. Wait. Okay, what sect is reliable then?
Wait. Now I want to change again. So he was a Catholic.
No, I'm not saying he wasn't Catholic. I'm saying what sect is reliable then?
What sect? There's no sects. What are you talking about? What sect?
What sect of Christianity is the reliable one?
There's only one Christianity. That's Christianity.
Okay.
The reason Catholicism is not Christianity is because
okay, what about Orthodox Christianity?
It falls actually also no, they don't really put Jesus as the deity.
What about Anglican? Methodist?
It's a personal relationship.
Huguenot.
If you've got a personal relationship with Christ, you're a Christian.
Yep, that's the way I look at it, man.
So Catholics who have a personal relationship with Christ, they're not Christian?
No, they don't. Some of them pray to Mary. They pray to the saints.
It's not Catholics who've got a problem with it. It's Catholicism.
What? Why is Catholicism?
Do you know what Matthew 23 says?
What?
The doctrine's wrong.
Do not call anyone on earth father, for you have only one Father. So why do the Catholics call on Father?
I don't know. Why do Protestants call him Father? Why does anybody else call him Father? Did you ever consider that maybe it's not about the specific word father, but about the position of authority?
I call him a degenerate pedophile. That's what I call him.
No, Christians call God the Father, not church fathers Father.
Church father? Oh my God, this is just ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. Why do you go against Matthew 23?
Nobody's going against Matthew 23. You're taking a hyper-literalist interpretation of Matthew 23.
Everything is allegorical with you. Why? What do you take literal in the Bible?
The parts that are supposed to be taken literally, the parts that are supposed to be taken allegorically, I take allegorically. You know how I know it's supposed to be taken literally and allegorically? I go back to the early church fathers and the people who knew Jesus Christ closely. And I look at what they said. And then I read the book myself. Yeah, see, what you're doing right now is just like so beyond the pale stupid that I'm not even going to dignify it.
First of all, you asked me why Aquinas is not a authority on the Bible.
He's one of the most widely recognized authorities on the Bible across Christianity, across all Christianity.
Bible,
yes, he
because
is.
he has nothing to do with the Bible.
No, he has everything to do with the Bible. You don't even know who Aquinas is. When did Aquinas live?
He was a Catholic.
When did Aquinas live?
He was a Catholic commentator. Okay.
What other kinds of Christianity could he have been?
Is the Latin Vulgate a Christian Bible or Catholic Bible?
Actually, it is a Christian Bible. It's in Latin Vulgate.
How many books are in the Christian Bible?
Which one? Are we using
The only
are we
Christian
using the
Bible
ones that
around,
Protestant
the
use, or are we
Bible.
using the ones that the Orthodox use? We're using the ones
Okay,
that
how
Catholic
much
use.
are in the Latin Vulgate?
In the Latin Vulgate, I want to say it's 73.
Okay, and in the normal Bible, the Christian Bible,
73.
73.
Yeah, some of them are just considered deuterocanonical or apocryphal in other sects.
So in other words, you don't even know, and you want to tell me
There's
I don't know.
66 in the King James.
Yeah.
Great.
39 in the Old
So-
Testament, 27 in the
Oh,
New.
yes,
why
yes,
is
yeah.
So why is there extra books in the Latin Vulgate?
They're not extra books in the Latin Bible. The Latin one came first. The KJV took some out and put them in the Apocrypha because they didn't consider them to be scripture.
Yeah.
You know the difference
Originally
between
about
Pentecostal-
88. Originally about 88. Yeah.
Why do you
If we're,
think
if
there
we're
was...
including like the Gospel of Mary and the Gospel of Barnabas, maybe. There's no original Bible with 88 books to it.
Why do you think there was a competition between the Pentecostal church and the Catholic church to get people literate in history?
Wait, what? The Pentecostal church?
There was an actual race between the Pentecostal church and the Catholic church to see who can get the people literate to read their Bibles. Do you know why they had their separate...
Well, wait, when are you talking about here?
Throughout history, even Martin Luther.
When Martin Luther was a Pentecostal? What do you define Pentecostal Christianity for me really quick?
How should I define it? Just
What
not
is
a
it?
Catholic. We believe Jesus
sect.
is the only one Lord and Savior. It's not a sect.
Pentecostal is a sect.
Are you trying to say Christianity is a cult?
No, are you
meaning Protestant?
Pentecostalism is a sect of Christianity.
It's an offshoot, yeah. But it's not a sect. I wouldn't call it a sect because when you say
That's
sect,
the
it means
word.
you're saying it's
The
a
word
cult.
is sect.
I don't agree with that.
You're wrong. You're
Because
just
you're making
wrong.
fun of the cult.
No,
Okay,
I'm not
I might
making
be
this.
wrong.
This is the
I might be
accepted
wrong just because you-
scholarly terminology.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Yes,
the
but I
sort of
don't agree.
it was the Ethiopian Orthodox had 88. That's I think that's what it
The
was.
Ethiopian still has Enoch and so forth, yes.
It does.
Yeah.
Do you know how we have Enoch?
Because of Enoch, because they have Book of Enoch that they put in, the
No, but
Ethiopians.
do you know the process for getting Enoch as we have it today?
It was in the Apocrypha, was it not?
When did it become
Before it was
popular?
removed.
It
Before
was
it's
originally
removed.
it was
It was just
originally-
manuscripted. It was
When's it come
manuscript.
from?
A manuscript.
No,
Well,
when does it come from?
I don't know. I'm not a history historian like you.
Yeah, this is theology. This is religion.
Mhm.
So if you want to sit here and we want to insult my ability to talk about religion, let's at least put a baseline for what religious discussion is. You guys aren't meeting it. So don't sit here and call me
literally
stupid.
think a Catholic priest who was a commentator on the Latin Vulgate is an authority on the Christian Bible.
You're describing
It's a
Thomas
categorical
Aquinas
error.
as a commentator on the Vulgate, which is just not an
He
apt
was.
description of Aquinas. Like,
Did he not do commentating on the Latin Vulgate? Are you just? Are
he
you
did a
saying
whole hell of a lot more than commentary on the
He
Latin
wrote books as
Vulgate.
well. He wrote books. He also preached.
Wrote books.
Yes.
Summa Theologica.
Yes.
Do you
Is that
know
not
what
a book
it is?
now?
Do you
It's
know
not
what
a
it
book.
is? Do you know what it is?
Is it not a book?
It's used by every sect of Christianity.
It doesn't make it Christian.
It literally is. You are
It
not
literally
the
isn't.
authority on Christianity in the room, okay? You're not.
You're not either.
Either.
I sure as hell am compared to
you're
you.
not. No, you're
You
not.
are a
You
Mason
took
claiming
you
to
took
be a
a couple of
Christian.
Oh, I'm
box
a
top
Mason?
fucking
No.
horses.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Go on. Masonry. Tell me all about it. What do you know? Did I have to suck a dick to get in?
No, all you have to do is believe. All you have to do, you porch
Did you?
mason you, is believe in a
You torch
creator.
Mason,
That's
I'm a
the only
fourth-degree
thing you
mark
have to
master
do.
Mason, making my way up the York Right. Calm
Yeah.
I've
Listen,
never- I've
all
never
you have
been-
to do, Mr.
Okay,
Porch Mason.
What is this?
I'm going to break this down.
All
quickly.
you have
I'm
to
gonna break
do,
this
listen,
down.
I know Masons. I have Masons in
don't.
my family. They're low-level porch Masons like yourself.
Low-level porch Masons. Okay.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yeah, okay. Can I break this
Because
down?
I totally don't.
quickly?
I'm totally not part of the esoteric discussions at my local lodge.
Okay,
Right.
Aiden, I'm going to quickly break this down.
Okay.
What does God say about other gods? Other
Thou shalt
idols?
have no gods before me.
Great. And what does this creed say? Part of the masonry. What does that
What?
read there?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Must I read it out for you?
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah, please read what you're
The
talking
lodge
about.
is also a secret society. We know what the Bible says about secret societies.
It's not a secret society. It's a society with secrets.
Which is a secret society.
Nope.
Okay, and the largest secret society in the
Not
world.
a secret society.
To maintain its secrets, Masonry uses symbolism, secret oaths. We know what the Bible says about that.
Well, they're not
and
secret.
secret
They're actually
rituals to instruct new members.
First of all, the Bible says
Yeshua.
the Bible does not say you're not allowed to take oaths. The Bible says that you shouldn't take oaths upon other things. It should be a simple yes or no.
And is this taking an oath? Is this taking an oath upon other things?
No. Also, it's
so
not secret. All of it's published right here. This is Duncan's Ritual of Freemasonry. This is Duncan's Ritual of Freemasonry. Duncan's Ritual of Freemasonry. Explain to me how a secret society's rituals are published by that society and available on Amazon.
Are there things that you guys have to take oaths to keep secret?
We do take an oath to keep things secret.
Making my point. Thank you.
Nope.
Okay, Nick.
Nope.
Nick,
Slow down.
Okay.
Slow down. Who'd I take the oath to? Who'd I swear on? Who'd I swear on? What?
Okay, so each new member swears during the secret
No.
ceremony.
We're doing something right now. We're displaying exactly how little you know about things you think you know.
No, I'm showing literally that you are being deceptive to people and trying to lie.
First of all, you haven't even told people what you're reading from.
The Secret Teaching of a Masonic Lodge.
By whom?
From moodypublishers.com.
By whom?
moodypublishers.com.
By who? Who's the author?
moodypublishers.com.
That's not an author. That's a publisher. Who's the author? Who wrote it?
Now. Let's just read this through, then I'll send it to you.
Who wrote it?
You
didn't even check. You didn't even check who wrote the book.
You are
before
trying,
you started citing it.
No,
you didn't even check who wrote the book.
Let me make my point here, then we'll move to it.
No. No, what you're trying to do is you're trying to spout a bunch of word vomit.
Aiden, you scared to death.
I'm not scared to death.
And his answer is to
we need to go. We need to start.
As an answer to who you swear your oath to, it's not necessarily God. It's only to a supreme being of your choice.
Yes. In my case.
Well, I didn't ask about your case. I don't know who. You might have been up there feeling up Baphomet's titties and shit for all I know. I don't know.
All right, let's ask another question. Who's Baphomet? Who's Baphomet? Where's he come from?
That's
anyway,
God,
okay, guys, he's doing
this.
He's doing this to distract us from what we're going on screen.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not doing this to distract you from what's on screen.
Okay.
Go ahead. No, you know what? Go ahead. Read it. Read it. I won't even interrupt.
Each new member swears during these secret ceremonies. We know what the Bible says about that. To remain loyal to the lodge and its teachings. What does the teacher say? What does Matthew 23 say further? Then, who gave himself as... Wait, where was I?
I thought you were going to read it, bud.
Yes, we are reading it. We're going through. But anyway, you shall not call anyone your father or the people your teachers. Okay?
Well, no. Okay, so now you're just totally misconstruing the Bible for your own purposes.
Exactly
which, by the way, is sinful. Like, you're sinning right now by doing that.
By reading a scripture out.
No, by misrepresenting scripture to mean
How
something
am I
that
misrepresenting? I'm reading it out. I'm not saying...
Do people take oaths in the Bible?
Yes, and they said...
So people take oaths in the Bible, you're saying. Interesting. Now, let me ask a question. Do people call
Did they take oaths? Wait. Did they take oaths in the New Testament?
That does stop that. Just stop
that. Jesus came to what?
First of all, yes. What do you think baptism is?
That's not an oath.
It's quite literally an oath.
No, it is not. No, it isn't. It's a symbolic rebirth into a new life. That's all.
What is an oath?
Wow. So you're saying Jesus took an oath?
What's an oath? What's an oath?
When Jesus got,
what's an oath? What's an oath? What's an oath? What's an oath?
Okay, it's a promise. Hold on, it's a promise, and in your case, under penalty of death, under penalty of dismemberment, under penalty.
Maybe you would think that, wouldn't you? You would think that.
No,
you've never
you
been
want
in
to tell
the
me?
Lodge.
Let's talk about the Hiram. Let's talk about the Hiram ritual and the oath that you had to swear.
Where'd we
you
get
not
Hiram
have to
Abiff?
swear? Did you not have to swear to keep those secrets, or you'd have your
I
heart
did swear
cut
to keep
out, and your
those
tongue
secrets.
and ripped out, and all this other
Yes.
nonsense?
I did
Come
swear
on,
to keep
buddy.
those secrets.
Come on,
You know,
man.
You know what else was made abundantly clear to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
You're not in any actual danger. It's just tradition. There's no penalty of death. I could reveal every Masonic secret I know of in the world right now, and all I would get is a slap on the wrist and a boot from the lodge.
So why is it secret? then?
Bullshit.
I could. Multiple people have done it.
Wow.
You don't know anything that would
Yes,
be
I do.
to reveal. No, you
He's
don't.
got that degree,
No, you don't.
You were born in
No, you do
1955,
not. No,
more
you
than I
don't.
do.
That's why I called
Wow.
you Porch Mason.
Okay.
I'm not a porch mason,
Wait,
dude.
wait.
I'm
You
not.
are.
I've been in
guys.
the fucking
Can I ask you a question?
magazine.
Yes,
I'm not a
Aiden?
porch mason.
You're
How
a
much
Porch
levels
Mason.
do you have? Do you only have your first 3 levels now?
No, I don't have just my first 3 levels now.
Then you're
Where are
a
you
Porch
now?
Mason.
Where are you now?
I just said I don't have my first 3 levels. Isn't I?
So you don't even have your first 3 levels.
No! Oh my
No,
God!
you're not even a Mason
how have you
yet.
gotten this far in life if you can't
You're literally
understand
not even a
language?
Mason. You know when you get accepted, you get your first
Hey,
3 levels. So
Fuck
you're
tard!
not even a Mason
Fuck tard!
yet.
I'm a 4th degree Mark Master Mason.
Oh, he gets triggered easy. He's so patronizing, isn't he?
Mark
now
Wow.
he has.
Master.
You just said you didn't.
No, what I
Wow.
said was I don't just have my first 3 degrees. You don't
Okay, I
listen.
understand.
You're incapable of comprehending anything that isn't right
That's how-
physically
that's how
in front of
Christian
you.
Wait,
Yeah,
let me
isn't
get
it?
this straight. Let me get this
Cool,
straight.
guys.
So you
It's
hung
a
out,
fourth level.
Yes.
role-played with a
Fourth
bunch of
degree.
old guys.
Let me
You
guess. Let me guess.
role
Let me
play
guess.
with a
Wait,
bunch
wait,
of
wait.
old
Hang on.
guys,
Hang on.
and
Let me
then
guess. Let me
they
guess.
said, "Oh,
Let me
you're
guess.
now a
You think
wishful
you probably
master or
also
some
think
shit."
that 4th degree goes straight to 33rd, right? You think that as a 4th degree Mark Master
No.
Mason, I'm on the way to 33rd, right?
I think
Right.
you're all a bunch of fucking lunatics, is what I
Yeah.
think.
I think you're an old dude who has nothing of value in his life, whose kids probably
see
don't
what-
even talk to him anymore,
you see
and
what
this is the
No.
only way he can
No.
possibly feel
Guys,
important is by
hey,
calling
hey,
men who are younger than
Hey,
him.
hey, asshole!
Listen,
Hey, asshole!
that's-
My kid's a
that's awful.
my kid's a Mason, and
Don't
you
talk
know
about
what?
other
I
people's
talk to him
kids.
all the time. So,
your kid's a
don't
Mason, and now you're sitting here yelling at somebody else for
Okay.
being one?
Okay.
No,
Okay,
I
Aiden.
just said
You
I
guys-
and I
know that
listen.
you
I
think
don't
he's
say
a
nothing to you.
Satanist?
I won't say to him. I've said I
Okay.
think going around and role playing a bunch of quirky bullshit with some old
He's-
guys being in a club.
I wanna-
Ooh, we got secrets in our clubhouse.
I-
You know what, man?
You
Come
haven't
on.
even.
I want to
Have you
find
ever
out.
actually sat him down and asked?
isn't-
Have you ever sat
sorry.
your son down and asked him
Okay.
about what he's doing? Have you thought to take
Okay,
an
but-
interest in his life?
Isn't one of the
You know why he's probably a Mason? He's probably a Mason because his father figure completely failed him and he needed to find one somewhere else.
isn't
What an asshole.
being an
You're an
ambassador
asshole.
of a
Probably
Mason
an
I'm an
Mason
asshole.
means
I'm an
nobody
asshole.
knows
You,
why-
DJ, you've been calling me a
Okay.
retard and an idiot and a
Yeah,
moron and a
absolutely.
dumbass
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
hours. You know what?
No,
I
guys.
tried to be polite.
No.
I really did my best early on in the
Chill,
show.
guys.
But all
Chill,
you've done is
guys.
deflect and deny and
You the one
bitch and
deflecting.
say things you don't understand and accuse
You
people of
deflecting.
not being serious about their faith.
Okay,
You want to
I'm
talk
trying
about
to
not
show
being
you-
serious about your faith?
Aiden,
Don't
you
look
want
in
me
the
to finish?
fucking mirror, dude. You're
You want me to
denying
finish?
a physical reality. You're saying the Bible
Aiden.
said something that's not true.
No.
What does that
You're
mean?
Aiden, you want me
about
to
your
finish?
house, ain't you?
Can I finish my point here?
If you
No,
had the
no,
Holy
you
Spirit,
can't
you'd
finish
be
your
talking
point
like
because I
that,
gotta
dude.
go.
Okay,
I already went
okay,
20
I
minutes
just wanna
over when
finish
I
the
intended to
second
be here.
I just
I
want
hope
to
you
finish
find
it.
the Holy Spirit, dude. I hope you find the Holy
I just-
Spirit.
Guys,
I
I
hope,
just want
I
to
hope
finish
you
this
find
so
the
you can go.
ability
Oh, please,
to
guys.
consider that not everybody in the world is some sort
Okay.
of stupid jackass just because they don't agree with you. That's what I
Okay,
hope you
great.
find.
Great.
No,
Wow.
you're a
Wow.
stupid
Can I
jackass.
finish
You
my
open
point
your
now,
mouth
guys?
and
Can you,
proved it.
guys,
Can't even
please, I just
insult
want to
nicely.
finish. Guys, I just want to finish this point so Aiden can go. Is that fine?
Go.
Go
Is that
for it.
fine? Okay, thank you. So, yes, you take oaths you're not supposed to. You,
Nope.
You
No.
yes,
No.
you belong to secret society. You're not supposed to.
No.
Okay, it literally
No.
says that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no, shut her. Oh my God, just shut up
Okay,
in the
guys.
background. If you want to
The
be part of the
teachings-
conversation, be part of the conversation.
Listen. The teachings instruct each new candidate how he is to serve and the rewards he can expect.
This is
What does
already
Christianity teach? What does
This is
Christianity
already
teach?
wrong. There
What
aren't
does Christianity
rewards.
teach? Oh,
There
you don't
aren't
get rewards. Yes, there
There
are. That's what
aren't-
your levels are.
There aren't rewards.
That's why you have levels, mate. It's
Okay,
a
what did I
reward.
get when I became a Master Mason? What was my reward? What I get?
You got a
You wanna-
title.
You got a title. That's a reward, man.
That's just a
Anyway.
recognition
A lot, right,
of
that's
what
for
I
sure.
Which is the
know.
reward.
That's a recognition of
Okay.
what I have
Anyway,
learned.
Anyway,
That's not a
in
reward.
addition,
The hubris
and look at
comes
this,
from
guys.
wisdom
This
and
is
reason.
what the issue is.
Also,
here.
it says
In
rewards, plural. What are they? What are the rewards?
In addition,
We'll never find
Masonry
out.
views its mission in life as helping to bring the beliefs of all men into harmony. What does the Bible say about other gods again?
That's not what. No, because now you're reading into it.
A harmony.
No.
It
is not. Masonry does not teach you that Shiva and Jesus are co-equal. It teaches you. It teaches you that the things you have learned about life as a Christian and the thing they have learned about life as a Hindu might be worth sharing with one another. That
nope.
Yes, that is. It's not in violation of any biblical teaching at all.
You shall not be unequally yoked, and you are having
Nobody's
an oath of a secret society with a person.
No, because this is the problem: is you're just ignoring everything that contradicts your preconceived.
I'm literally reading on screen.
You don't even know who wrote this. You don't even know who wrote it.
I'm going to show you now. Once I've made my point.
You're really triggered.
Stop over talking me. Stop getting so triggered.
Moron.
Yes, you are. Okay.
I'm not triggered. This isn't me being triggered. This is me dealing with three people who collectively have the IQ of an underripe coconut.
More
right? That's what's going on here.
First,
I see the Masons have made you a better man.
Yeah,
okay.
Oh, the Masons have actually made
Wait, guys, please. First is their belief in the universal fatherhood of God.
Wait, okay, no. God? So this is The Secret Teachings of the Masonic Lodge, a Christian Perspective by John Ankerberg and John Weldon. Were either of these men Masons?
Probably not.
Oh, wait, so they couldn't possibly know what goes on in the lodge, right? It's a secret society, right? How could they know? How could they know any of this if it's a secret society?
Just said,
was that considered? No, it wasn't, because you don't consider anything.
You just presented a book that said, look, we're out in the open. We don't need to keep secrets. This
is our literal rituals.
Rituals? What does the Bible say about rituals?
Oh, my God. Oh my God, you are just unbelievably stupid.
No,
do you
I'm
know
not.
That's another taking the Lord's name in vain.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway,
that's not what taking the Lord's name in vain even means. No, it isn't. All right, so as far as I can tell, neither of the authors of this book were Freemasons. Now,
Masons teach that all men, Muslims, Jews, Hindus, Mormons, Buddhists, and Christians, regardless of their personal religious views, are the spiritual sons of God. Last time I checked, there's only one way to Jesus, to heaven, and that's through Jesus.
Yeah, and where does that say you can achieve salvation through Masonic teachings?
You are literally saying it's okay for a Jew or a Hindu
spiritually,
or an Islamist or a Buddhist to praise their own God.
Kevin, whatever your name is, I don't even remember or care. Are we all the children of God? All humans?
Yes.
Does the Bible say all humans are the children of God?
You're born as human, but people choose not to be.
Does the Bible say all humans are the children of God?
No, not actually.
It does. It does.
Where?
It does.
Not if you disown God.
No, but okay. No. You're just reinterpreting the Bible to your own needs. That's not how it works. The Bible, okay, so now we're just ignoring the Bible entirely. Now,
show me where it says what you just claimed.
I'm going to read you the actual oldest Masonic document we have. Okay? Ready for this?
Was the Nephilim children of God?
They were children of angels. They're not human.
They're not children of God then.
They're children of angels. They're not human. The Watchers are the sons of God.
Watchers, exactly.
The Watchers aren't the Nephilim.
No. And the demons come from?
Nephilim. The souls of the Nephilim.
So not everyone is God's children.
Well, those aren't humans, now are they?
So?
I said everyone. I said everyone, obviously referring to humans. Yeah, you ever see the Jordan Peterson interview where he says something and then the interviewer goes, "So you're saying that," and then says something completely different? You've done that all stream. The whole thing.
No, I'm
All right.
literally taking what you're saying and asking, is that what you mean?
Okay. All right. The
Stream
first
video.
point. The first
Stream
point.
video.
Ready? The first point in the earliest Masonic document we know of, we date it to 1390. Scholars have dated it to the first quarter of the 15th century. So between 1400 and 1425. The first point of the oldest Masonic document there is, that who will know this craft and come to his state, he must love well God and Holy Church always. That is from the first point of the oldest Masonic document. It is from England. The church in question is the Christian church. The God in question is the Christian God. Masonry has been Christian from its very inception.
Great. And what has changed? Why is it now including all religions?
Because it's spread across the world, and it's not about, it's not a religion, dude. It's not a religion. We
It's
accept
literally a
people of
religion.
all religions.
I actually watched the interview like a few days ago.
All right, listen, I have to go.
Freemason.
I have to go. I
and
actually
he-
have to go.
And he believes he's going to be reincarnated, and he's a so-called Christian Mason.
Okay, I don't care what one random lunatic thinks. All right, I don't.
Random lunatic.
Wow.
I can show you another Christian ex.
There are millions of us. You're gonna find a few with weirdness. As I said, I have to go. I tried my best, but I cannot get through to you people. I cannot get through to you.
Can I just ask you one last question, Aiden? Do you feel that the Masons have made you a better man?
I do, actually.
You
No,
must have
not
been
how
a
you
real
act.
fucking dick. You must have
What?
been a real fucking dick.
I
Because
wasn't.
if
Because
that's
here's
all
the
the
thing.
better they could
You
do
guys
with
got
you-
through 4 of these. You got through 8 hours of you guys just insulting me constantly. 8 hours of that.
Dude, we showed
so
you
you can dish it
ignorant.
out, but you can't
No.
take it.
No. You didn't
Look,
show me to
look.
be ignorant. You said I was
Yes.
wrong, didn't actually
And
prove
said
it,
how
and then
you're wrong.
proceeded to call me an idiot. So what we're going to
Just
do
like
here is
tonight.
I'm going to point this out. I'm going to point this out, and then I'm going to leave because I have to go do things. All right?
Yeah.
I have things I need to go do. What I'm going to
Yeah,
point
me
out
too,
is
too.
that 8 hours of streams of you
Mm-hmm.
people just insulting me existed
Just insulting.
before I came on here.
Very easily hot because most of it
8
is
hours.
Yeah.
8
So
hours.
literally when
8
we
hours. No.
stop you saying-
Yeah, I get
So
it. I
literally
get
when
it. I
we
get it.
stop
You guys
saying-
have not progressed past the age of 3.
You
You can
started
talk.
off your
You can
dream.
Get
talk.
that?
Never
I
You-
understand. I
you're
understand
so
that.
thin.
But the point is,
So
you do not get to
thin.
sit. No. You do not get to sit here.
Projection.
You do not get to
So
sit here
thin.
after spending 8
Oh,
hours.
You
Oh, yeah, I
you
do.
8
Yeah, I do.
Pride cometh
hours.
before the
Yeah.
fall.
All right. Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you
of
something.
course.
You
No,
started
it's-
out
Remember
right off
that.
the
Pride
bat.
beco-
You got
pride
under my
comes before
fucking
the fall.
skin
Remember.
by starting to insult me right the first time, right at the beginning of a
And-
goddamn video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
didn't
I
even
watched
hear
it.
our
You hadn't even heard a
beforehand.
Like
goddamn
divine
Because
thing.
I
wisdom.
watched
Mike.
part of it beforehand.
What about
Because
my
I knew
divine
what was
wisdom?
coming. I didn't
No,
realize
you
you were
had
calling me a
wisdom.
retard.
Sitting there
But I
with
Dude,
knew
you
you
what was
actually
coming.
said
Right,
you
go
hadn't
back then.
watched it. You
I
said you hadn't
watched the
watched
whole
it.
thing.
So-
I said I hadn't
so
watched the
Masons
whole
are
thing.
liars, too.
I said I hadn't watched
You're
the whole
a
thing.
liar.
I
You're
said
a
I hadn't
fucking
watched the
liar.
whole thing.
Aiden,
You're a fucking
Aiden, I want to
liar.
ask you. I wanna
I'm not
ask
a
you
liar.
another-
Now let me finish.
yes,
The last
I
thing I
can
was going to
prove
say,
you're a
be
liar.
a host for once. Listen,
I-
let me finish my statement because what I'm trying
You
to
haven't
say
let me.
is there were 8
You haven't let
hours.
me.
8 hours of video of you guys just insulting me over and over
Nope.
and over again. And I still came on the show.
You're a thin-skinned.
So if you're going to
Okay.
sit here and call me
Okay.
thin-skinned, if you're going to say that I
Okay.
can't insult you back, no, you want to throw an
You can
insult at me,
insult
I'm going to
all
throw
you
one
want.
right back in your face.
You
Okay.
were the
Right?
one that
That's
started
the
with
way
the
this
insults
works.
tonight. You were
Now,
the one
I
that
have things I have
started
to
it.
go do.
Really
I'm
bad.
sorry. I'm genuinely sorry I gave your channel the exposure I did. And now I have to go do things. So please
Yeah, that's-
continue
that's-
believing whatever the
See,
fuck
that's
you
the
want.
pride
It
in
doesn't
you-
bother me.
pride
I'm going
in
to
you is
continue living in the
ridiculous.
real world. I've made my point. You
That's called
haven't,
cognitive
and you never
dissonance,
will.
guys.
Goodbye.
The
Made a
point is
single
you're
That's
point.
called
futile.
cognitive
You're
dissonance.
futile.
Anyway,
Absolutely
like I
futile.
was trying to say to the guy, those 3 streams we did, it
He's
took
not
so
even
long
worth
because
it.
we had to correct him. That's why it took so long. Because we had to stop every 2 seconds, say, "Nuh-uh, you're a moron because of this." Not just you're a moron and just sat there and waited for time to pass by and just press play again. That's why it took so long. So Aiden, again, I can show you many Masonic citations which says you just came on screen and lied about the Masons. You just literally throwing away your creed to save face. Also, sorry to say, he had nothing. What did he present tonight, guys, other than, I don't understand? He didn't understand anything. He didn't even know what diffraction was.
Hey, do you know what
Telling
brought
me
him on here?
resolution limit when I'm saying that's diffraction limit.
He was trying to say by coming on here he wasn't thin-skinned. No, pride brought him on here. Being thin-skinned made him triggered the way he was.
And I can show him lying because he says he kept telling me, oh, he's not going to keep commenting. He's just why don't I email him? He sent me one comment to say, email me. That was it. Once I saw that comment, I emailed him. Before then, there was no comments of him even asking to email him. But he has the audacity to go on a show and say, he keeps telling me on all the comments, I should email him. Eventually, I emailed him. So the guy got caught lying again.
Yeah.
Just like he got caught lying a few times tonight.
Yeah. You're right there at the end where he says, well, he said he never watched it. And the thing, he said, I haven't watched this yet. Oh, this is great. After we get through this fever dream of and then right off the bat, and he goes, oh, look at there, and starts insulting each and every one of us before anyone has even made a point.
Yeah.
Right. And then he wants to come out here and go, you hurt my little fifis and stuff. I'm not in a cult. You seem to be awfully goddamn defensive about that cult.
It was solved with his LSD induced mind. You know what I mean? That was all broken. me with my divine wisdom in flats with his boggy basement apartment thing. You know what I mean?
He also deletes comments.
Yep, he does.
Called him a petulant child. They were
It was Vicky called him a petulant child, and he was.
But he is.
Yeah, I know. And
he is a
that's the only thing he said about the child.
He can't act up like a grown-up. I mean, have you seen how I overtalked us all? I didn't want to stop interrupting me every time I try and make a point. And if I explain something to him, he gets triggered and starts insulting. He doesn't stop insulting. It's like, what the hell?
And when he turned around and said that I was giving him it all night, I says, I was here to moderate. I stayed quiet for a good bit. And he was like, PJ's been giving me all night. No, I said 2 comments.
How dare you be a Scottishman, PJ?
I know.
How dare you be a Scottishman?
Crazy. Oh, I was drunk again, yeah. No, I'm stoned. I'm not drunk. I'm just stoned.
Yeah, so that was very simple, guys. He knew nothing about the flat earth. It was very apparent.
He didn't even know about the Black Swan.
He's all bark and no bite. That's all he is.
No, he's got plenty of little bite, but it doesn't hurt. He's like, one of them bites.
No, he's a little child.
Teeth. Little blunt teeth.
He's a little child. He knows absolutely nothing about the flat earth whatsoever. No. And he wants to claim he's such I don't know, this authority kind of guy, but he doesn't know anything. How? Because he doesn't know, he wants to project it and say, we don't know. That's the funniest thing.
Okay.
But anyway, guys, I have to go anyway. It is late.
He learned from Professor Dave.
Probably.
Said. But yeah, that's what brought him on here. It was his pride. And good. I'm glad he did come on here because he's, and you guys are just, I said, dude, you proved you're an idiot by opening your mouth right off the bat. Mm-hmm. You don't know shit about shit. You did 40 minutes of your damn video talking about flat earth society crap. I've had to end up zooming through all that because I'm like, I can't believe this guy's even using that shit.
Ridiculous.
But no, I ain't gonna.
Yeah, like I said, just pride that brought him on here, and he was thin-skinned. That wasn't nothing to do with coming on here being thick-skinned and that. Thin-skinned. You couldn't take a little jibe, and here and there.
Well, he really get triggered hard when you say something about those Masons, man. I've seen that before. Absolutely. They get really triggered. It is not a cult. Yeah. And they get really mad about that. There's no levels. There's no rewards. Well, wait a second. I've seen these rituals, and they got this dude with all this regalia and shit on him, and they call him some kind of worshipful ass kisser master or some kind of thing that they got title. And he's sitting in a special chair, not along with the rest of the Masons. Well, what the hell is that? If there's no hierarchy, if there's no levels, if there's no anybody above anybody else, why is that guy in the fancy shit sitting in a throne?
Yeah.
What's that about?
They get blackballed in that, don't they? All that kind of stuff. They get voted in. There's no hierarchy there. Of course there is.
Okay, guys, this is the Freemason
Walking off the street.
.org. This is their thing, okay? How to become a Freemason. This is obviously in New Zealand or whatever. What is a Freemason? Freemasonry is one of the world's oldest and largest fraternal societies. It provides a code of living in today's society based on moral and ethical standards. Freemasonry is an organization of men who strive to live by the fundamental principles of integrity, which he didn't show tonight, goodwill, he didn't show, and charity. It's a non-profit organization that is heavily involved in supporting charity and community services. Okay, Freemasonry is a society that unifies men of high ideals. Weird, he didn't present any of this, regardless of color, creed, or worldly status. So in other words, any religion, guys.
Tell you what it's not. Tell you what Freemasonry is not. It's not free, and it's not masonry. That's for sure.
It started out as masonry.
Yeah, it started out. Just built.
Yeah.
I mean, bricks. It's not that. It's not free. It's not masonry.
But
this
let's
is
look
what
at
I'm thinking behind the word, man. When these places were found dead and repurposed, they were structures of masonry, and they were free. And that's the secret. They occupied the free masonry that was available after whatever the hell happened not too long ago. That I think that there was some kind of a reset or something, and I think that's part of their whole thing.
Yeah. And anyway, it says, is it a secret society? No, this is the misconception. There is nothing secret about Freemasonry. Just listen to this hypocrite. Listen to this contradiction. Until recently, the policy was for members to be rather discreet about the organization, their community work, and even their memberships, but times have changed. There are called secrets of modern Freemasonry are used solely as a ceremonial means of demonstrating that one is a Freemason when in large meetings. So secret then. The real point of Freemason is promising not to reveal them, basically a dramatic way of testing the good character of those who join. To become a Freemason requires a person continue to observe with total sincerity, high ideals of integrity, goodwill, and confidentiality. Literally secretary, guys. Okay. Is Freemasonry a religion? No, Freemasonry is not a religion. Freemasonry is made up of men who come from any different religions, and there is nothing whatsoever in being a Freemason that conflicts with a member's religious beliefs or practices. Really? It totally goes against Christianity, like we just showed. However, to be a Freemason, you must have a belief in a supreme being. Traditionally, there is a Bible or Bibles in the lodge rooms. Provisions are made for the presence of the appropriate holy books according to the beliefs of members. This is because Freemasonry is truly non-sectarian organization. So against biblical teachings, guys. Ooh, is it true that Freemasonry is anti-Semitical? Obviously, going to say no to all these questions, guys, because they want to sell their product. No, Freemasonry promotes unity and tolerance among all men and does not discriminate against any religion. The principles of practices of Freemasonry are compatible with all compassionate religions that teach respect for the deity and tolerance towards one's fellow man. If anything, Freemasonry complements the philosophies of these faiths. There are many practicing Catholics and Jews who are Freemasons. Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's quite telling.
Absolutely.
It's simple, guys. The Bible specifically says you cannot take oaths and be in a secret society, especially with someone that's praying to a different God.
Yeah.
Right.
Do not swear on anything that is in heaven or on earth, but let your yes be yes and your no be no.
Don't be fooled. Yeah.
James 5:12, also in Matthew.
Don't be fooled.
Yeah.
Freemasonry is demonic. They might be under the guise of, oh, we are Christian lovers. No. You can literally live in a garage. It doesn't make you a car.
Right, exactly.
Secrecy is darkness. God doesn't deal with the dark. Well, he obviously deals with darkness, but he doesn't live in the darkness. Do you know what I mean? It's not
But
about
you see how he couldn't tell me how much books are in the Bible? Something tells me he follows he's a Catholic, maybe.
Yeah, he's.
I
I
don't
thought
know.
that-
From what I understand, aren't the Catholics and the Masons supposed to be at odds with one another?
Well, not what this just said. Even Catholic Masons.
Yeah. See, I've always been under the understanding that the Masons and the Catholics are at odds with one another.
When he said about the church in England where Masonry comes from,
Mm-hmm.
the churches in England all used to be Catholic, but then obviously Henry VIII created the Church of England.
Mhm.
So it still comes from Catholicism.
Yeah, Protestants branched off from Catholicism. Yeah, of course it did.
Yeah, that was under Stuart, under the House of
Yeah.
Stuart. It was under Catholic, and who was it? What was the house that came in?
Yeah, Tudor.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Tudors. Tudors
Yeah.
came in, and then they had the advent of the what's it? The Anglican Church,
Anglican. Yeah, Anglican. Yeah, Anglican.
Church of England.
Yeah, Church of England, Church of Scotland as well.
And
But
even to this day, you know, the Crown holds a copyright on the King James Bible.
But
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to do a video on how Freemasonry can't be, how it contradicts Christianity,
Mm.
and probably gonna have to do the one with Catholicism, because people like that need to learn.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, the people in his chat were just doing what people do all the time. Yeah, this guy's a moron. And you're like, the guy doesn't even know what diffraction limit means, and you're telling me I'm a moron. Like,
He's a pompous
okay.
little shithole. That's what he is.
And
He's
how-
just-
how's that we're reading about surveying, and he's telling me it's not about surveying? It's like,
I
dude,
know, man.
literally on screen.
Listen, I worked in this company where my job was repairing caster rolls for the steel mills, right? Some of those caster rolls were for rails, for rail lines, okay? And I know how this shit works. I had to go to the factory, to the steel mill where they were making these things. I got the full tour, man, by engineers, not from some tour guide, because I was working with engineers. And they were showing me how the whole thing went, right down to the smallest detail, how much tolerance and flatness there was of it, how straight these bars have to be. And that's like FTFE getting in, or who was it? Somebody asking you to verify that flat bar. And it's like, that's what it's manufactured within a tolerance range for, you fool. What are you talking about? What's the measurement of flatness? What do they mean by that even?
You can't measurement of flatness. The fact you just take a measurement means it's flat.
Right.
I see guys have got 214 votes. Flat versus globe. Flat 50%. Globe 42%. No idea 8%. What does that
Flat.
tell you?
Flats, go into live chat and share your live chat. Disc put a couple of pictures in that.
Why not?
Now, do you know what he used to do with us with mixing faces and all
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Go
I
on,
want
quick
to end the show there. I'm so tired. But let's quickly go there.
It's only like 4 pictures there. He's made Aiden look like Daniel Radcliffe in Harry Potter. It's pretty good.
Is it
Have a look at
in
these. Just look at it.
in Flatzoids debate?
Yeah, in live chat. Live chat, sorry.
Live chat.
Very good.
I'm gonna share it for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh man.
Somebody just said Aiden Potter won't be out from under the stairs after this show.
He actually looks like he would fit to be a Daniel Radcliffe though.
So that means he'll be a good Wolverine.
But it's actually sad that it had to turn this way out with him. I was hoping we'd get through to him, to be honest. But I think he knew he's going to come in here, and he got very defensive because he had nothing.
Did you notice before the show started he was really nice?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, well, not really. I said, how's it going? He was like, he answered nice and stuff. But I think he was confident.
Yeah.
But
It wasn't long
I think
he was on camera though.
Yeah, but I think he was confident, and then when he realized, okay, actually these guys do know what they're talking about, so it's the only way he's going to do now is throw temper tantrums.
Yeah.
Because the guy literally didn't understand a thing.
Shouting.
Yeah, you did. Someone, what was it they called you?
Rise above.
Yeah, Rise Above called you what?
Oh, I don't
Rise
know.
of a run.
Slob or something.
A slob or something like that, shouting in the background. This
Saying
is...
I have no face. Remember, I used to use my picture, but they used to edit it.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. That's
Right.
right,
Says he had a
yeah.
mistake. No.
So I banned him.
No tease, man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that was.
well, there again, he again really I think he believes his own hype about himself, and he's got some sycophants that follow him that bolster that hype. And he made one of the most crucial and basic mistakes, and that was to underestimate his opponent.
Absolutely.
And they always do that.
Yeah, but don't you love that? I said it's gravity. You guys have to tell me how it's not gravity. It's like, I don't have to do anything. It's your claim.
Yeah, I say it's pixie dust. Prove it's not.
Yeah, and then he says that's ridiculous. It's like,
God.
Yeah. It's just a
There
I
again,
mean-
that's an example of people that have an unwarranted, unlimited trust in academic authority. Right there.
yeah. No, it was bad. But yeah, apparently next he's going to be debating Whitsitt, so that should be exciting.
Ooh.
I
Oh,
mean,
dude.
he
gonna
doesn't
get
know
slaughtered.
anything, so what's going to happen to him?
He's going to get
gonna
slaughtered.
Maybe he's going to run away from Whitsitt now because, yeah, I don't know.
He might. But since he wanted to insult me like that, I was going to be cordial to a point. But I didn't have no intention of being nice to him. Fuck him.
But I'm happy that he streamed it on his stream, so his people could actually see the information, the actual information coming out, because there are people that would watch it and say, okay, yeah, I understand what these guys are saying, because there are going to be people that are honest. So there are going to be people like, yeah, because he did literally look like he's going to cry. Exactly, Shifty.
It's like, okay, so you can't get past this impossibility. You wanted to get away from that right off the bat. Well, let's talk about curvature. You know? And it's like, wait a second, you don't even want to address the impossibilities. That's the fundamental point of your whole model.
But you see, when we established he doesn't even know how gas behavior works. He doesn't know why it coalesces. No, with distance, things, if they move further away apart, they move even further away apart. He thought, no, with distance, it means they come together. It's like, that's not physics.
I mean, have you ever been walking through your house and go, oh, man, there's that fart I like last week, just hanging there in the middle of
yes,
but you gathered up more farts. You gathered up more.
A collection over a year makes a marble.
Yeah, Space Miner, I would love to do timelines. It just takes so much time. I just haven't had time. If I have some time in the weekend or something, I'll see if I can stick some timelines again.
To do what?
Yeah, it takes time. Put timelines in the videos.
Oh, yeah.
It just takes so long because you have to listen through the whole stream, do a timeline, stick one, and it takes time.
I don't even know how to do that. Huh? I've never even thought about that. Mind you,
I can't even imagine going over mine.
But yeah, guys, I have to end the stream. I got to get up in 4 hours.
Oh, shit.
Well, I did come to moderate, but that's why I stayed quiet until he was like, he's been giving me all night. I'm like, what? I've been quite quiet.
It wasn't much of a debate, though. It was more like a shout discussion.
Well, he asked to begin with. He asked us all a question to begin with. I mean, I was there to just moderate. Do you know what I mean? And he asked the question, and he just went from there.
We answered.
Yeah, that's it.
But it's amazing. He asked a question, we answer it, and he says we didn't answer.
Yeah, that's it.
Literally answering him, and he says we didn't answer. So, okay. But yeah, guys, thanks all for coming. I should probably read all the super chats already. Let's do that first. Because I see there were a few super chats that came through.
Nice.
So appreciate everybody that did send super chats. Everybody hit the likes, man. Thank you very everybody for hitting the likes. You guys rock. because I think at a stage it's like 140 people live.
Start
was
from
awesome.
the top. Wow, you got
Why
quite a
only
lot.
got 65 likes? There was 140 people live.
Yeah.
Got
Oh,
78 going down. I'm looking at.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, we've got quite
Yeah,
a few
there's
super chats.
18.
There's about 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I've got them. I'm gonna quickly go.
Oh, you
Okay.
got 'em.
So Roger Ledwell, thank you for your $2 switch. It says even Newton pulled out. Another $2 from Roger Ledwell says, therefore, no evidence for your theory. End of it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Jeff Conker for his $2 super chat. He says, apparently Aiden thinks we are stupid. He
Yeah,
does
yeah.
somehow. Then Jeff Conkel again for another $2 says, so God lied to Moses. That's what it made it sound like, guys. He still didn't answer me about that. Did you guys realize that?
Yeah, he didn't.
He just says, no, you should take it allegorical, but that wasn't answering the question. If God spoke to him face to face and he told him about the cosmology, there's only two outcomes. Either Moses was lying or God was lying, or three outcomes, or the people saying it's not correct is lying.
Right.
That's it. Someone's lying. I'm definitely not going to say it's God. I'm not going to say it's Moses either. So who do you think I'm going to say is lying? Oh, I know, the person saying this isn't what the Bible says. Literally, he lied, saying it doesn't mean rakia. When he 2 minutes later said it says rakia. And I showed it on screen.
Solid. Solid.
On
You know,
screen. Solid.
That's not the Latin of the Greek, of the Arabic, of the Babylonian. You know what I mean? It's well,
Expanse, yeah, solid expanse.
No, he doesn't. He hasn't
then-
got respect for God. He hasn't got respect for God at all.
And then we have Spuddy Taylor, been a member for 10 months. He said Black Swan 2020. Yes, I 100% agree.
Right.
Jeff Conkel again for
Everybody's saying
$2.
it for ages. Black Swan, Black Swan, Black.
A degree does not mean you're intelligent. I 100% agree.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff Conkel again, $2 says Aiden is so condescending in his words. He was very
Right.
condescending.
Yeah,
He
I
thinks
don't.
he's
I'm right.
intelligent. That's it. You see, the problem is he thinks he's intelligent. And what does the
That's-
Bible say? A fool says in his heart he is wise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the guy keeps taking the Lord's name in vain, has blasphemous scripture, I don't know, authenticate, I don't know, translations to everything because he doesn't even know what the Bible actually says, but he's a scholar. You know, that's the worst of all. I mean, what is up with the guy keep on taking the Lord's name in vain as well? That is like, I mean, you warned him a few times.
3 times. 3 times. And he says, that's not what it is, taking the Lord's name. Yes, it is. Simple.
It is.
Simple. It
When
is.
you're using God's name in a derogatory manner, it's taking it in vain.
Yeah.
Because you're not using it to praise God,
No.
you're taking it in the vain. That's what it says.
It's futile. It doesn't
Okay.
do nothing to edify the body of Christ of God at all.
Exactly.
Even OMG, even saying OMG in the wrong manner is that, you know, it's the same
It's
thing.
actually, yeah. If you're taking it in the wrong manner, it is. Jeff Conkel again for $2. He said he wouldn't blaspheme if it was true. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why we got our red flags about the guy. It's like, no. Tony Whitcomb, £5 super chat. He says, unleash the sea sparrow on him, Flatzoid, and see if he has a rebuttals. I wanted to get there, but we couldn't get there because the guy didn't even understand what diffraction is.
No, he didn't understand any of it. He doesn't understand opacity. He doesn't understand anything.
He didn't even understand how him presenting his 1 pixel line thing not showing curve means he's showing flat. So no observed curve then. What an idiot. And then he wants to say, look at this picture at Philadelphia. It shows curve when you literally just showed a thing of your drawing and say you can't see curve for 600 miles.
It's double speak, man.
It's idiotic. Then Jeff Conkel again for another $2 super chat. He says, Aiden needs to repent for his sins. I agree. Hey, and that was Jeff Conkel's 20th super chat, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And Jeff Conkel again for another $2. He says, Aiden needs to practice humility. Definitely.
Do you know what? Do you know what I found you can do now? Sometimes, you can put a like on a super chat. I've noticed that.
Oh,
you can
yeah. I said a heart and love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but
And then,
I know the creator can do that, but now people I don't know if it's just moderate, but on the phones, I don't know on the computers. I can't do it on the computer, but on my phone, I can like a super sticker or a super chat. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
And then JD, I think this was from his guys from his side. A £10 super chat. The planet we live on is an oblate spheroid with a heart. Thank you very much, JD, for the super chat. But no, it's flat.
I don't live on a planet. I don't live on a planet. I live on Earth.
Yeah, but thank you for the super chat, though. Well, and then Jeff Cocker says $2. Aiden is an arrogant narcissist. Yeah, that about sums it up. And then Alric 87 for the last one, $2, which is showing support. I'm a Mason. It's just a tradition. Unfortunately, not just a tradition, but thank you for the support, man. Hey, Brian Stevie just got in. When are we going to end?
Brian.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, that was an exciting stream. Thank you all for coming. I'll probably be doing a lot of snippets out of this because it will have to be done.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it was exciting to have you on as well, Dave. Wasn't expecting you to actually. Before the time, he's like, I really want to speak to this guy. He's like, he just wasted an hour of my time watching that nonsense.
I did, man. I was sitting there watching that thing, and I was like, "When's he going to get to the debunking the flat Earth?"
He does.
He does. He just bunch of shit from Flat Earth Society after saying, "I researched flat Earth," and I'm like, "No, you didn't. You went Google flat Earth. Oh, Flat Earth Society. Okay, yeah, this is nonsense," and then you went with it. That's
But
what
you
you did.
still in the beginning when you asked us about the flat Earth and said Hebrew cosmology. He didn't understand that waters above, waters below.
Not really.
How do you read your Bible, know the Hebrew cosmology, and you don't understand it's in the waters?
Mm-hmm.
And you study flat Earth and flat Earth proofs, and you don't know the Black Swan. Surely it's 2020. He came out of Black Swan. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
So,
guys, just to let you know, my debate is moved to Friday with Brenda. So Friday night I'll be debating Brenda on morality, Christianity versus atheism morality, and then it's Solve myself versus McToon and FTFE Saturday, correct?
Right, that's what it's supposed to be. I'm going to touch base with Jaron again, see how he's coming along with that, just see if there's any news or anything else like that. I know that that McToon was pretty well upset from the InfoWars debate, and he wasn't real happy about the poll that took place. Yeah, that was showing.
He literally looked like, guys, he forgot to take his meds.
Yeah. He purposely didn't show parts of it, shit like that. I mean, he was.
I'm sorry, the guy is mentally unstable, guys. There's something wrong with him mentally.
They all are.
It has to be.
They all are. Like that T-jump wearing with the half a haircut and the black nail polish.
Do you know that the people are calling me a hater now and vile because I said the guys are transvestites, where the definition of men wearing women's clothing is literally transvestite.
Yeah.
Now I'm a hater, but I'm literally saying there are transvestites because that's what the definition says.
Yeah.
Did you hear him have a go at Scotland? Because I'm Scottish, going on about my nation's full of
Yeah. How dare you be Scottish?
Yeah, no. What's he mean about hate talkers, man?
What's that in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, right? The dude, he says he's a transsexual transvestite from Transylvania. Is Tim Curry a hater now, as he said that, wearing stockings and lingerie? Does that make him a hater? He said it.
Yeah, but he's not from Transylvania. He's from Pennsylvania, though. He's from Philly. Is that not in Pennsylvania? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's from Pennsylvania. Philly is in Pennsylvania, isn't it?
Shifty eyes, mate. All I can say is, if God is for you, who can be against you?
Right.
So yeah, guys, I got to end now. Really.
All right, I gotta go too. I got it.
Yeah, you can have a stream later.
Y'all, peace out. Good night.
Cheers.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, so that was good. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you, PJ, and great to see you. Sorry, Vicky, for putting you through that.
Do you know what? He really triggered me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And then, because I shouted, I was getting called names in chat. He was vile.
Yeah, he's not good. He's not good.
Yeah, he was bad. I mean, he didn't even have the audacity just to be proper with a woman. I mean, what the hell?
No, but these trolls are like that. They don't like women saying anything.
Yeah, sometimes it's like
Yeah.
that. Just
Okay. So
yeah.
bye,
All right,
guys.
right, guys.
Just
No.
many blessings, and I'll see you guys